The Dictor is in. Dictor Van Doomcock, Dictor Van Doomcock, Dictor Van Doomcock, Dictor Van Doomcock. Ooh, wind up your YouTube dominions and Doomantites. It's time once again for Friday Night Frolics. I am your host, Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, and joining me is Harvey Cthulhu, my arch nemesis and best friend. Say hello to the folks, Harvey.
Hello, Harvey.
And I want to welcome a number of guests that are going to be popping in just a little bit later. But the big question on everyone's mind right now is how I am doing. Well, I am not doing very well, my friends. I am afflicted. I have been sitting on the couch miserable the whole day. But damn it, it's Friday night, and when it's Friday night, you're supposed to do something about it. It doesn't matter if you're in tip-top shape or if you haven't had a drink all day, you've just been dozing fitfully on the couch, moaning about Rise of Skywalker. It's Friday night, and you're supposed to do something about it. And so here I am, folks. I am delighted to be here. I wouldn't miss it for the world, obviously, crawling off of my sick bed to haul my armored ass in front of the computer and go ahead and spend as much time with you as I can before I punk out. So that is where we are. And I just wanted to say hail to Mary Ashmead. Thank you for being here, Mary Ashmead. My Wrench Wench Supreme, Abby O'Lace, Cap 285, John Robertson, Hecate's daughter, Patrick Bateman, Metapsychosis, Michael Keller, Jihan Baran, Solar Chaos, Bionic Belly Button, Ryan Wilson, Optimus Vader, Biff Bamboo, Defile, Purple Lady is here. Hello, Purple Lady. Bryce Killinger, TD Kane, James Villanueva, BG98, Stellar Heather, Daphne Zawadi F, Gordy Skymop, Ben Loudon, David Dudman, Steve Bishop, Crimson Taint, 99 Iron Duke, John Maciel, Robo Beast, Troculus P, Sikonic, Hans Carbonite Wang is here. Fred Darmstadt, John Robertson, Maverick MX, Gundam Wing Zero, Octor, Gray Troll, David, Sam Curtison, Tetrafish 21, Ginger 999, Mr. A, Levitan 71, Tregadam 30, Nicholas Horton, the Green Laser, folks. The Green Laser is in the house. That one guy, Earl O, Plasma, Bill West, Liberty NC, War Taco, Gray Troll, Daryl Rayner, Fox B5, Leech ICM, Joshua Long, Gummy Bear is here in the house, and Samuel Aragon, Claudia Acosta, Andrew Grimm, Uncle Duke, Dixon Cider, Nickel Noodles, Thomas E, Voodoo Priestess, R.R. Karma Fields, Joe McMillan, M. Nimbus 05, Venom Hemi. Yeah, hell yeah. Maximon is here. Justin Miller, Great Troll, Tabletop Joe, Adrian Malone. I need to get a PayPal account, actually. I'm working on it, Adrian Malone. I am working on it. Fourth Drawer Down, MW Outdoorsman. Oh, and I wanted to welcome our new member. Doggone it. It vanished before I could see it, but you know who you are, my friend. Thank you for joining the channel membership. I appreciate it very much. So, yes, this is unfortunately one of the times Optimus Vader, Petros, Michael Keller, Dawn of Mutilation, Shivan 30. Oh, Daphne Zawadi F, thank you for the lovable, huggable pair there. Thank you so much for that sticker. I have been in the wrong, folks. I have been in the wrong. I thought that I had allergies, but in fact, I feel like I've had a cold because it is evolved, you know, like colds do, kind of moving through your system. So I had that horrible you know, sore throat and the drip in the back of the throat. And now it's moved down into a cough and then further into my chest. And I haven't been able to sleep. So, you know, I'm not complaining, just to give you a update on my status. So if I freak out and start ranting about, I don't know, kitchen utensils or some bizarre aside, it's probably because I am a little bit punch drunk and a little bit, well, kind of under the weather. But I am glad to be here, folks. And I'm just going to carry on as long as I can, but it won't be a marathon tonight, folks. It won't be a marathon tonight. And I've got some tea with me. Chris Persia, hail. Thank you for being here, brother. Supreme Overlord SJW, hello. Cheese Finnegan, hello. So let's get right to it. Before I bring on our first guest, I promised that I would go over a dissection of that incredibly annoying clip that Star Wars released of a chase in the desert, folks. A chase in the desert. So I'm sure all of you at this point have seen this in Rise of Skywalker. So Rey and Finn and Poe and I don't know, a bunch of the usual, you know, tiny tunes that are too insignificant to talk about. R2, I think, and C-3PO are also stuck on this barge or whatever. So they're running from 4 stormtroopers that are in turn riding a tracked vehicle, a tracked vehicle, when we know that they have, you know, speeders. The land speeders, the forest speeders, the speeder bikes, they've got all sorts of speeder technology. They all hover. Why are they on tracks? I don't know. And then Rey is shooting at them. And then they go ahead and tilt up in a goofy way and propel jet troopers through the air, hurling them into the sky like some kind of trebuchet of suck. And Poe keeps saying, so they fly now? They fly now? They fly now? They fly now? Jesus Christ. Really? We've had the Boba Fett flying forever. We've got all sorts of you know, levitating, and I mean, it's just ridiculous. So let's break this down, because I haven't done a video about this, and I wanted to do something about this because I found it so supremely annoying. And let's break down how stupid this thing is. It's so stupid that I think it's hard to nail down exactly why this is so stupid in all of its many multitudinous ways of stupidity. So first of all, the thing that got me is, why is Rey shooting at them with a pistol? Shooting at them in a way every bit as bad as the way she duels with a lightsaber. I've talked many times about the fact that in all the trailers and stuff, when they are fighting, they are not actually fighting with lightsabers. They are banging sticks together randomly. There are times when Kylo's flank is entirely exposed and she just swings for where his blade is, not where his body is. So there's very little sword fighting going on whenever they duel. I don't know. Maybe it's love. Maybe it's she doesn't really want to hurt him. She just wants him to be a good boyfriend. I don't know. But it's ineffective. And the same thing goes here. There's 4 troopers on the bike chasing them. First of all, why is Rey trying to shoot them with a pistol? And B, why is she missing? If she has the Force, and she does because she's the bestest ever, then why in God's name isn't she hitting anything? She is shooting like she's wearing a stormtrooper helmet, which makes them notoriously terrible shots because they can hardly see a thing through those helmets. It's a design flaw since the, you know, New Hope, since episode 4. What the hell? She's missing, she's firing, she's got a lightsaber. Why doesn't she use it? Why are the four of them running from four troopers? They've got not only like even numbers, more or less, they have the amazing Wonder Ray. The amazing Wonder Ray with a lightsaber. Of course, she doesn't even really need the lightsaber, does she? Why doesn't she use this little thing she's got on her little tool belt called the Force? Why doesn't she use the Force? Why doesn't she reach out and flip their bikes end over end, sending them sprawling? Why doesn't she use the Force to slam the bikes into one another? Why doesn't she use the Force to lift the troopers up and slam them into each other? God knows she can levitate all those rocks. It's only four fucking troopers. What in God's name were they thinking? She uses a gun ineffectively, doesn't close her eyes and use the Force, Luke, like Luke did on a much harder target. No, she's just gritting her teeth and going, ew, ew, and firing a pistol. Why are they running? Why doesn't she jump off the bike doing multiple somersaults, come out into a kneeling crouch, deflect the blast beams, and then whack them? Huh? When the little jet troopers are flying around, why doesn't she reach out with the Force and slam them into a mesa or the ground or whatever? It's because it's all bull. It's all crap. She doesn't have the Force. She has a script. She has a script written by people that don't understand the Force, have no imagination. They're having her run from four lousy stormtroopers. Four lousy stormtroopers, and she's running and firing ew, 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 like it's life or death. You know why? It's because she is vastly overpowered. And if they actually had her behave in character, if they actually had her behave as a damn Force user, that fight would have been over in about 10 seconds, if that. So they're trying to have this artificial, sad little action sequence that makes zero sense. Why doesn't she go there and chop them up with her stolen lightsaber? Why doesn't she go and chop up the bikes? Why can't she use the Force to aim better than a stormtrooper, for God's sakes? That's what I want to know. This thing is absolutely pathetic. They are evenly matched. Why are they running? What does this say about it? And this scene is going to be the movie in microcosm, because what you're going to have is dumb one-liners injected in there, trying to find humor in every situation to try to make it fun. But it's only fun when the humor is done by characters in character, reacting to a real situation with real stakes and real suspense. None of that is in this scene. This movie, I've got another a big Star Wars video coming out next week with more stuff from my sources. And I can tell you that this thing is bad. This thing is bad. I've got some quotes from relayed from someone who has knowledge of this thing. And here's a little preview, folks. Here's a little preview just for being here on Friday Night Frolics. My hand to God, the source said, this might be worse than The Last Jedi. I repeat, this might be worse than The Last Jedi. From what I understand, too, folks, this chase scene with the, troopers on the tracked vehicles, God knows why. They're not as maneuverable. They're not as zippy. So why the hell are they on them? I don't know. Why the hell isn't Rey using the Force? I don't know. Why has Poe never seen anybody fly? I don't know. It's just pathetic. Maybe worse than The Last Jedi, folks. That's a quote. And this scene leads to, apparently, the scene where the TIE interceptor charges her without firing. And according to my source, she leaps over it like in the trailer and then cuts off or damages one of the wings, sends it sprawling. Kylo Ren comes out and they fight. Presumably also the sandworm scene that we've heard about takes place during this sequence as well, where the sandworm attacks, Rey kills it, and then apparently brings it back to life. I mean, that's one of the versions of the rumors that are going around. I don't know. I haven't heard anything from my sources about that scene, so I don't know if that's still in there or if it's accurate. But my source has said that this scene leads then to Kylo Ren's appearance. And apparently she can somersault and chop a wing off of the TIE fighter, but she can't go ahead and take out these silly ass biker troopers. And that's going to be the movie in a nutshell. You know, I think that this thing is going to be a Frankensteinian quilt of botched narrative and strung together like a bunch of scenes, a bunch of scenes from other cuts that were good enough to kind of make this final cut, which is basically a melange of let me see. I just kind of described it in a conversation with one of my sources, and I said that from what I've heard, this movie, Rise of Skywalker, sounds like Poe. Essentially, we're talking about Poe, and I said he sounds like another nothing character in a ramshackle narrative of random set pieces strung loosely together from different competing versions. And I think that's what we are going to get, folks. I think that's what we are going to get, and I think it's going to be a disaster. It's going to be a disaster. So, yes, I don't have much hope for this thing. I think that it's going to, I think we're going to have a lot of interesting YouTube videos and reviews come this December 20th. But let's see what you guys are saying in the chat here. Let's see. Mr. A says, talk about destroying your childhood memories. Yep, that is very bad. Matthew Anderson says, I still can't fathom how anyone can be excited for this disaster. I can't either. Honestly can't. CWD Trixie says, Rey could not beat the stormtroopers because she needed her MacGuffin. Pretty much. I think that this is basically going to be like some kind of modular video game narrative where they have to get this MacGuffin, get that MacGuffin, get this MacGuffin, get that MacGuffin, which leads to Palpatine and the real heart of the movie, which is just going to be awful. Stupid Monkey Zero says, but Overlord DVD, they have it really hard because they don't have any source material. LOL. Oh, those poor folks. That's right. Hell, most of them had never heard of Star Wars before they got hired by Lucasfilm. You know, there's no comics, there's no stories, there's no like decades of lore, there's no Wikipedia. For God's sake, somebody send Lucasfilm Story Group a link to Wikipedia so that they're not entirely in the dark, for God's sakes. The Last King of Scotland says they wrote the script of this film to link together the storyboard artwork. I believe that is true. I believe that Jar Jar Abrams basically came up with a whole bunch of visuals that he wanted, including horses riding on the outside of a Star Destroyer, space horses, and of course, the entire Empire fleet rising up out of the ice and water, because God knows there's nothing Jar Jar loves more than having a spaceship come out of water. If you need a reference on that, check out Star Trek Into Darkness, or don't if you value your sanity, if you have even a vestige of taste. Blood Honey 78 says, strung together like tangled up Christmas lights. Exactly. Hail to Lori Roberts, the High Priestess of Harvey. Good to see you here, Lori. Penis Virgina says, my liege. I say, hail, penis Virginer. Robert Frey, my Frankensteinian quilt keeps me warm at night. Yeah, this quilt will not. This quilt will keep you up at night, pondering how incompetent these people are, that they could still be working all this time, still be working, folks, on Rise of Skywalker. That Jar Jar Abrams, this is part of what what a mess this thing is. I have some information that I'm going to put in my video Monday, but suffice it to say, Jar Jar Abrams this week confirmed a lot of what I said. Those out there in Shillland, Shilltown, that disputed my sources and said, oh, he's wrong about these reshoots, that's bull. He confessed that they just stopped working on the movie this week. So reshoots, absolutely. And if you doubt the extent of those reshoots, let me tell you something. They do pickups on movies all the time, but they don't have to do them a month before release. Less than a month before release, folks. What does that add up to? Logic. Think about it logically. Think about it rationally, folks. Think about it. What does it say? That they ended filming and put it together this week. It says the reshoots were repeated and or extensive. You don't just wait till the last minute if you have the luxury of time, if you have a largely intact film. No, those reshoots would have been done 6 months ago. No, this was a struggle. This was danger. This was desperation, folks. And if you don't believe that, just let your mind go to logic. Otel augica, as the Vulcans would say. My God, it's quite clear. Oh man. Excuse me, guys. God damn it. Forgot to bring my Kleenex over to the broadcast station. I'm sorry, guys. I know. Not pleasant to listen to. Oh, but what can I do? Soldier on as best I can. Take a drink of tea. I'm going to get to a few super chats here, and then I'm going to bring on my first guest of the evening. But thank you for your forbearance this evening as I struggle along. And to reward you, I'm going to go ahead and sing my little version of the frog song. Goodbye, my franchise. So here we go. I don't know how good my voice will hold up, but this is for you guys. God, I don't know if it's going to work. We'll see. Goodbye, my franchise. Goodbye, my Star Wars. Goodbye, my Jedi pals. Episode 9 will blow. Kennedy's gotta go. Until she's fired, hope is expired. How long till Iger knows? Oh, Iger, telephone and say goodbye, you crone. Yeah, goodbye, my franchise. Goodbye, my Star Trek. Goodbye to Enterprise. Kurtzman has given me a horrible STD. It isn't Star Trek, it's like a car wreck, and now it hurts to pee. No penicillin will cure this STD. Good evening, friends. All righty, and on that note, folks, let's go to some of the super chats. You guys have been very patient and waiting, and then I'm going to bring on my first guest of the evening. So, Ryan Geiger, my Legionnaire and roboticist, Ryan Geiger, with a $5 super chat. Hail, Ryan, who says, hail, Doomcock. I've been kept away for the last couple of days, but it's Friday, and I'm ready to frolic. Well, I am delighted to have you frolicking with us. And yes, thank you guys in the chat. I'm glad that you enjoyed that. I'm going to write more song parodies as time goes on. I think ultimately I would like to debut a new song parody on every Friday Night Frolic from here to eternity. Gul Dukak, hello, my friend. Hecate's daughter, thank you. Robbie Walker. Do you suppose George Lucas approved the idea of stealing Angel Island from Sonic 3 for Star Wars? Asked Robbie Walker. It could be. Poor George. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Hail Mexican Iron Man, by the way. And hail Richard Hewitt. Good to see you, my friend. All righty. So, Ryan, thank you for being here tonight, my friend. I don't know how long this sucker will go. Yeah, I need to do this as a download. I need to do like an actual version of this with music and stuff. I think it would be a lot of fun. And maybe put it up on iTunes or something, huh? Maybe launch a career as the Weird Al Yankovic of the Phantom Menace. You think I could do that? I think I could. I'm pretty quick with these song parodies. Thank you, Ryan. The White Wolf. Hail to the White Wolf with a 5-pound super chat. Thank you, White Wolf, who says, hail to the Lord and Savior. They fly now. They fly now. They suck now. The First Order now build Buckaroo bikes. Their R&D department rule. Yeah, the White Wolf. Yeah, it's it was embarrassing. That is like, think about this, guys. Think about this. They picked that scene to get us excited. They picked that scene to get us excited. That means, A, that they thought that scene was good. B, they thought that it was the best scene that they could show us in terms of action and fun. Do you understand how bad it means? That means that they liked it. That means they thought it was good. Jesus God, how could they be so wrong? I don't know. Thank you, the White Wolf. Thank you, sir. J Paula 821 with a $10 super chat. Hail to the J Paula 821, who says, did you see the MST3K marathon yesterday? It was really bad. Same old meme movies like Space Mutiny, and all of the skits were cringe with the bots being LOLR and dumb. I'm glad the unfunny revival is axed. Oh my God, no, I did not. I did not. So they did a revival and it was terrible? Oh, that's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking. Nitrium asks, where is Sabu? Sabu is here. Sabu is always here at my disposal, ready to be launched. Hail, Sabu. Down, my friend, down. Your time will come. Oh, yes, your time will come. Oh, that breaks my heart that they would butcher MST3K, because that's one of my inspirations, obviously. Space Ghost Coast to Coast, MST3K, late night horror hosts on local stations in Ohio and Philadelphia, for God's sakes. Doomcock and Ren, that would be awesome. That would be, I like that idea. All right, let's go on here. Bionic Belly Button with a $5 super chat. Hail, Bionic Belly Button, who says, yes, they fly now, but they've always flown. Jango and Boba Fett, individual stormtroopers in space in the EU. It's the catapults that are dumb. Yes, I could say what they are, but I would get in trouble with the PC police. It's a very clever play on Trebuchet, however, but I digress. Hail, Bionic Belly Button. Chris Knight with a $1.99 super chat. Hail, Chris Knight, who says, will Doomcock sing I Believe I Can Fly? No, because I believe that's a Disney song, and Doomcock never even touches Disney songs, for Disney is ever litigious and does not like their songs sung, which is a really weird thing, because songs are meant to be sung, but Star Wars is meant to be fun, and that didn't stop Disney. Hail, Chris Knight, and thank you, my friend. RN Feliciano, one of my Legionnaires, with a $5 super chat. Thank you, RN. He says, hail, Lord Harvey Sabu in the chat. If what you say is true, they can't get their canon straight. Rebels had flying stormtroopers. How original, yes. Poe is full of childlike wonder. It's something that we were all yawning about. You know, that's sad. That's sad when a character has to keep telling you over and over again how cool and fabulous something is. That basically means that the filmmakers have no faith in it being fabulous, you know? So they're trying to tell you something that they wouldn't have to tell if it was true. You know, you don't have to tell somebody that a pile of money sitting on a desk in a movie is good, right? You would just like have them look at it, and as they fumbled for it and punched each other for it and tried to grab it, you would know that money is good. But when they walk in and say over and over again, wow, this much money is really good. This much money is really good. This much money is really good. You know that they don't really have much faith in their own conceit. Hail R.N. Feliciano, and thank you very, very much for that. And I'm going to go ahead and bring on our first guest. Folks, my first guest is someone who is no stranger to the show. May I present to you the man who designed the visual behind my iconic phrase, without respect, we reject. Ladies and gentlemen, the artist known as Demon Side Synthwave. Hello! Demon Side Synthwave, are you there? Well, I don't hear him. I popped him in, but he's not around. All right. Well, I'm going to remove him from the stream, and hopefully he will pop on here in a minute. We will try again. But in the meantime, let's continue with our super chats. Lori Roberts with a $5 super chat. Hail, Lori Roberts, the high priestess of Harvey. She says they fly now. Took I hate sand off the leaderboard. That's true. Anakin saying, I hate sand. It's harsh and coarse and gets everywhere. Whining about the sand. Him just saying, they fly now. They fly now. They fly now. Like he's scared. What the actual F? They're running from four guys. They're running from four guys. I'm not entirely convinced that Bruce Lee, with just a pair of ordinary household nunchucks, couldn't take care of four stormtroopers, frankly. But there you go. Apparently, courage is no longer a trait in the resistance. It's just absolutely astonishing, Lori Roberts. It's if Rey can't chop them up, then you're going to tell me she's going to blow Palpatine to bits in the confrontation? Really? She's going to blow Palpatine to bits? That's absolutely bizarre. That's absolutely bizarre. Yeah, I hate sand is probably no longer the most asinine thing that anyone has said in Star Wars. I think they fly now is on the leaderboard, as you said, Lori. Thank you for being here, my dear. And thank you for that super chat. Matthew Anderson with a $5 super chat. Hail, Matthew Anderson. Says, hail, my lord. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I wanted to ask when you will finish your review / crucifixion of the STD season 2 finale. Thank you. Well, I do need to do that. A promise made is a promise kept, and I need to do that. And I haven't put the boot in STD for a while, you know, but I really should. I'll probably have to put it on Harvey's channel because let's face it, nobody gives a damn about Star Trek Discovery anymore. I mean, even savage eviscerations of STD no longer appeal. And yeah, nobody really cares anymore. But I should do it. I will do it. Matthew Anderson, maybe this week I'll just go ahead and take a little time and bang that out, my friend. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for the reminder. All right, I'm going to try here again on our guest. Are you there? Demon Side Synthwave. Hello? No? Last time for Demon Side Synthwave. Hello? Well, I don't know what's happened to Demon Side Synthwave. Apparently he has dropped off or something. I'm sorry, man. Maybe next time we can...
Hello, the Lord.
Oh, there you are. Hello, Demon Side Synthwave.
Hello. Can you hear me?
How are you? Hello? Hello? I don't know if you're cutting out or what's going on. He says the mic isn't connected, dude. Well, I don't know what to tell you, dude. We gotta press on. If you can unmute your mic and speak to us, that would be great. Otherwise, I will have to press on, my friend. But we will have you on another time. Are you there? No. All right, sir. Well, I tell you, we will have to, I guess, move on. So, thank you for popping in. I don't know what's going on with your mic, but
hey, hello.
Hello.
Hey,
hello.
Hear me?
What's going on, dude? You should probably mute me or put earphones on or something, because I'm hearing myself echo. Can you speak to us or not? I don't know what's going on with your... All right. Well, sir, we will go ahead and have you on another time. I'm going to have some other guests popping in, and if you could go ahead and remove yourself, because they will be coming in here, all 5 of them, in a little bit. I will. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you, but we've got to press on. Demon Size Synthwave, folks. Be sure and give him, a shout out. He's a great artist and he does some great work. All righty, let us go here. John Maciel with a $5 super chat. Hail, John, who says, "End of season. Mando will be captured, be the damsel in distress, and get rescued by Cara Dune. I hate Disney Star Wars." I think you've plotted it out, John. I think you have indeed checked it out, and I think you've sussed it out. I think that's what it's going to be. Either that, or the Mandalorian himself will be the Mandalorian. I'm still betting on that horse, even though I have no idea if that's the case. But I'm just trying to think, what's the worst thing they could possibly do? And the worst thing that they could possibly do, I think, is to go ahead and, make her be a woman. Make him be a her. I think that is fitting with Disney's vision for, how to best be woke, how to subvert expectations, the big twist at the end of the season, blah, blah, blah. The helmet comes off, hair comes tumbling down. It was a male voice modulator. That is my feeling there. So, that's my take on the situation. Hail, John Maciel, and God bless you, my friend, for popping in here today. Nicholas Horton with a £2 super chat. Hail, Nicholas Horton. He says, "Hail, Doomcock. Get well soon and rest well. Hi, Harvey." Hello. Hello there, Nicholas Horton. Thank you for remembering Harvey Cthulhu. Everybody remembers Harvey Cthulhu, dude. Nobody can forget Harvey. You are unforgettable, my friend. I thank you very much. You're a good pal, Doomcock. You're also my archenemy. And you're my archenemy, too. Wouldn't have it any other way. Absolutely not. Thank you, Nicholas Horton. Psychodwarf 9 with a $2 super chat. Hail, Legionnaire Psychodwarf 9, who says, "Take care of yourself, dang it. We care." Thank you, Psychodwarf 9. I appreciate it very much. I am trying. I took it easy all day today, but, it's go time, man. It's go time, and we just got to go ahead and we got to have this happen. John Maciel has a great point here in the chat. He says Gina is 5'8" and Pedro is 5'11", and Cara Dune was taller than Mando. So, yeah, baby, John Maciel, I think you have, sussed it together, dude. I think you've sussed it together. Thank you, my friend, and God bless you, sir. Good take there. I love that. Hard data supporting my thesis. Let's see. RR with a $19.99 super chat. Hail RR, who says, "Hail Doomcock for even being extremely under the weather, enduring through the pain for his followers of Doom. It is appreciated more than words can express. Thank you. Sabu, come out to celebrate your new emoji." That's right, Sabu. Have a new emoji. There we go. Yes. Flash the Sabu emoji that Sabu may frolic and be thrilled. Hail, Sabu. Well done, my friend. Well done. Insane Troll, you wrote a thesis. No, not all theses are written. There we go. I see Sabu capering throughout the chat. He's saber-toothed. He's a squirrel. He's mad. And he's mad at SJW. So he's mad at the right people at least. Hail to the chat. Thank you, Sabu. Good job, my friend. Calm down, Sabu. Calm down. Calm down. Oh, thank you, RR. Appreciate that very much. Troy Tempest with a $5 Australian super chat. Hail, Troy Tempest, who says, good morning, my Legion Harvey. Thank you for soldiering on. Hail, Doomcock. Hail, Troy. God bless you, my friend. I appreciate it. I'm just going to do as much as I can tonight. But hopefully you guys are having fun still. I really hope that you are. Thank you, my Australian Legionnaire, Troy Tempest. JVR with a $10 super chat. Hail, JVR, who says, my lord, given YouTube's recent censorship, can I persuade you to create a BitChute channel as well? I just don't really see the point of a BitChute channel. I can download my videos. I have them all, so it doesn't really matter. And it doesn't benefit my channel at all, frankly. So I don't know that that's going to be worthwhile. I'm looking at maybe doing independent hosting of my own videos for my own purposes and streaming original content on a website that I'm going to create, as well as over on Patreon and Subscribestar as well. So I think that's the future, where I will have uncensored videos available on patreon.com/Doomcock and subscribestar.com/Doomcock as well. So yeah, that's basically my plan moving forward. Thank you, JVR, very, very much. Adrian Malone with a $2 super chat. Hail, Adrian, who says, why don't you have a PayPal account? I just need to go ahead and get one, Adrian, and I will try to make that happen. I'm so sorry that I don't, but it's one of the many things I need to try and get around to and, give it a shot. I'll try one more time on Demon Side Synthwave. He is still around, but let's see. Hello, Demon Side Synthwave. Are you there?
Hail, the Lord.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you just fine. How are you?
Oh, thank God for that.
Yes,
I'm good.
glad.
Thank you, sir. I'm good. I'm just. I'm sorry that you're suffering at the moment yourself, but I was applauding you throughout the entire Michigan J Frog song earlier on. I thought that was a sterling effort, sir.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. And welcome to the show. So for those of you who don't know, Demon Side Synthwave is a great artist of the Fandom Menace. He's the designer of that iconic Without Respect, We Reject graphic that goes with the saying that I coined. And he has designed a t-shirt for the Doomcock Darlings, which I need to upload, and other things, including a flag for Xanadoom as well. But I just wanted to have you on, Demon Side Synthwave, in order that you could go ahead and share a little more of your artwork, if you could.
I'd be absolutely honored. Yeah, there's not a huge amount more than I showed last time, but there could be a lot of people in the chat that have, kind of missed out. So, it'd be good to go back through it and cover some of the old pieces again as well.
Absolutely. Just talk a little bit about your design process and, plug yourself, because, he does take, commissions and freelance work. So please be sure and hit up Demon Side Synthwave on Twitter and, hire him to do some stuff. But go ahead, man. Why don't you show us some stuff?
Certainly will. Yeah. Can you, are you sharing? I'm not sure if you're sharing my screen or what happens now, but.
Well, I can go ahead and, you need to share your screen. There's a little button, and you go ahead and do that down there, and then I'll pop it up there.
Okay, just looking for the share button. Oh, there we see it. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Go for it, and let's pop it up there. And you can just take the floor and show off some of your designs and talk about, your design process and stuff like that.
Okay, we'll do. Let's just go through some of the pieces I have handy at the moment, but I'll get this image of your underground lair off the screen and have a look at something else. So this is the thing that you just mentioned, actually, the Doomcock Darlings image.
I'm not seeing anything. You've got to go ahead and actually share the screen.
Let's see. Application window, Chrome tab, share. Yeah, go ahead, share it.
There you go.
Oh, you can see it now. Great.
Now we can see it. Go ahead.
Right. Now let's have a look. There we go.
So there we go. Doomcock's Darlings.
This is the t-shirt design that was requested recently by a lot of Doomcock's Darlings. They just suggested I sort of let my imagination go, and I thought of creating something that was a little bit toxic masculine, and also something you might see on the side of a World War II bomber or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
And of course, there's you raging in the background with a fist up, and just so people can recognize your silhouette. And I thought that would look good. That would look particularly great on, you know, a dark colored t-shirt or something like that. So I know there's other people out there that have done other great Doomcock's Darlings artwork as well. I think I've seen a couple of coats of arms and things like that on Twitter this week, I think, which were fantastic. So, you know, the more the merrier as far as artwork goes for your own personal design archive, sir. So that's the first one that came up.
That's really beautiful. It's kind of got a kind of 70s toxic male porno kind of vibe, you know, like something.
I'm glad you picked up on
Boogie Nights or something like that, you know.
Yeah, that's right. I thought that was pretty much what I was channeling at the time when I was designing it. So I'm glad you picked up on that. That's great.
I think it's great, and yeah, a little bit of mud flap there as well. And I believe the Bionic Belly Button was the one who kind of commissioned this.
That's the one. Yeah, that's right. She did, and also the flag too. So it's kind of a lot down to her as well. She has to take a lot of credit for it.
Hail to Bionic Belly Button. Walk it down, Tita, walk it down.
I'm sure she's blushing at the moment.
Probably so.
So I'll just hide the image of your underground lair that I've got on the screen here.
I like that. It looks very much like from You Only Live Twice.
That's exactly where it's from, actually. Yes, indeed.
That's what I thought.
I was just studying the action going on in the background and watching henchmen getting killed by a lone assailant.
Well, you know, shit. Every once in a while, you know, that's why you don't have your lair on the surface. It's like, you know,
that's right. Yeah.
You had it down in a volcano, but still, it's better at the center of the earth. You can't just really drop down there, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Great this time of the year as well, when, you know, it gets freezing cold. Obviously not at your entry point in Texas, but, you know, because it never gets cold in Texas, let's face it. But
not globally cold, really. Sometimes it freezes, but yeah.
In the UK at the moment, it's not too great. So yeah, I kind of envy where you are right now. So I've got, let's have a look here. I'm not sure what I showed last time or not, but I'll just go through sort of randomly.
Yeah, just go show whatever you've got, whatever you want to show.
I think this one speaks for itself, really.
Looks like a round-headed son of a bitch destroying a franchise.
Yeah, that's just off screen or just about to happen. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on there. It does have uncanny resemblances to certain movie directors, but I'm sure everyone can figure out who.
Actually, certain movie misdirectors. That's my feeling.
Oh, that's superb. I love that. I'm going to use that from now on, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
We've got just on the toxic masculinity theme. This is a sketch I did a few years ago.
Oh, nice.
Sort of anime style. I'm big into anime, so you know it was one of my sort of go-to kind of attempts at doing some just random artwork at the time.
Yeah.
These are all sort of Photoshop based, so I kind of do a sketch first, then scan it, take it into Photoshop, color it up, change it around a little bit, save it into layers so you can easily change things around, you know, and save it as a final image. So that was one of the first ones I did actually when I left university, and here's another one as well. My fingers were idle, so I was looking to doodle a lot. And you could almost say someone there's trying to infiltrate a giant underground lair down a back passage. Oh,
infiltrating in her very, very functional environmental suit.
Extremely. Well, you know, it does get hot doing that kind of thing. So
of course
you need the proper attire for such an occasion.
Of course. And I mean, if you're going to invade Doomcock's lair, you know, dressing for the occasion is much appreciated. You know, it's kind of like when I see something like that coming, I just go, train your cannons on, wait a minute. Let her get a little closer. Get her a little closer, and get out the old binoculars and.
Yeah, wait for you to train your personal cannon as well, I would think. This is I'm also, I keep saying this to everybody, but I'm also writing a novel at the moment as well, which is extremely hard work, but it's a Star Wars novel, and I've been doing designs for some of the things in it, so people can kind of get an idea of what's going on in certain scenes. So it's kind of going to be an illustrated novel once it's finished. But this is one of the ships that I've created for it.
Oh, nice! Yeah.
This is it's a Varias Sea-Wing fighter that the Resistance are using. So, I thought, well, none of the guys that created Star Wars Disney trilogy stuff have come up with anything particularly original or exciting. And I thought, well, surely it can't be that difficult. So,
right. No, I think that's pretty nice. A Sea-Wing fighter.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the people that own it are called, they're pirates, and they've kind of stolen it from the manufacturer. And they call it the Varias fighter, where it's sort of variable. It can do numerous different things. But when the Resistance get hold of it, they just call it the Sea-Wing. So yeah, it's kind of, you can see why they call it the Sea-Wing. But it's I just wanted to create something that just to prove, that people can make things original for Star Wars movies and not just rehash everything that's been done before. I just wanted to make a point, basically.
Well, I think that's great. Nice job, very nice job. And just from scratch, I mean, you didn't model it in 3D and draw it. You actually... No,
that was just sketched and then colored up. And
go ahead and show the sketch of Harvey up there at the top.
Did you see that? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, go ahead and do plenty wampum, guys. Check this out. Harvey Cthulhu, plenty wampum. Now, isn't that amazing? Isn't that just fantastic? Isn't that gorgeous? That should definitely be like on a T-shirt or something. I think that's absolutely fantastic.
I think I sent you a copy of that, so you can get that printed onto a T-shirt if you do so wish.
Oh yeah, you don't mind if I do that?
No, absolutely not. No, I mean this is kind of my contribution. All these designs are my contribution to the show because I can't really afford to super chat like a lot of other people. So I thought, well, if I could do it in some other way.
That is really sweet of you, dude. I think people would love that design, and I think that's one of the best things you've ever done. I mean, my God, the personality and is just exactly. The chat is going crazy about it. It is fantastic. I absolutely adore it, dude.
I think that was after the first time that Harvey himself mentioned wampum I'm not sure if it was a live stream or if it was on a movie review or whenever it was, but something dropped in my brain and I just thought, yes, that's it. What a great catchphrase. And I just thought, wouldn't that look great on a T-shirt? Just having those big sort of glowing letters and stuff,
I mean, you are a great illustrator, but you have a great sense of balance and design. I mean, is that what you studied in school?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I went from doing art at school to doing graphic design and at college, and then I went on to doing digital animation and digital art as well. And I've kind of done a few jobs involving it too. So it's always been something I've done, even in my spare time. So I guess it stems right back from when I was just a teeny weeny demon size, about 4 or 5 years old, just doodling in my spare time, and I just never stopped. And now I've got to the point where I'm almost professional.
Well, I mean, you are professional. You are professional grade, and that's why. One of the reasons why I want to have you on is just to show you off again and get you work because you are absolutely amazing. And
thank you so much.
The chat is saying to you, have you got an anti-SJW emblem? Says Turbo Tanker.
I should come up with a design or something that kind of typifies, anti-SJW really. But I've got something that the chat might kind of like, obviously.
Right, go for it.
Obviously, there's plenty of room for improvement and expansion on this, but I think you saw this last time as well, Deancock. But if I can just find it, let me see. Where is it? I've got so much artwork in here that it's difficult to find something sometimes. This is
Crazy
kind of
KK?
This is one of them.
Yeah, Crazy KK. Look how nicely that works.
And we've got,
you don't even have to know what she looks like that well to get it. There she is in a straitjacket, screwing up Star Wars happily. That's bang on, man.
I think it's more where she's it's more clueless KK these days. But yeah, I think we kind of originally thought she was crazy, but things have come to light recently just to figure out that, she really doesn't have a clue in anything she's doing. So maybe I'll change it. I don't know, but
Yeah. No, great job. Great job.
I will try and find. There is another one too. Let me have a look here. Here we go. And this is one with this is a typically SJW one.
There we go.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. That is brilliant because she's got the Forces female on her t-shirt. And look at what she's doing. She is hammering the J between the S and W of Star Wars, thus turning it into SJW, turning Star Wars into SJW. Is that not fantastic? Oh, good night, Lokita Wild. Thank you for being here. Good night, Lokita. What do you, Supreme Overlord SJW in the chat is going, no.
That's the reaction I wanted to get. Exactly.
Isn't that brilliant? That is some great design. It is not merely the execution that is great, but the intelligence of the idea behind design. That's absolutely brilliant.
I'm just glad that people like yourself and people out there, and obviously everyone in the chat here, and most of the people in the Fandom Menace, I think, as well, are all smart enough to be able to pick that up straight away. I think the SJWs themselves are just clueless, and they'd look at it and just like scratch their heads and wouldn't be able to figure it out. So it's kind of like an in-joke that we have over them,
It is fantastic. Sorry about that. That's beautiful. I
think there was someone else as well that said they wanted an Alex Kurtzman one done. So I've been kind of toying with that idea of how I could somehow get, I could do a caricature of Alex Kurtzman and somehow show him destroying the Enterprise in some way, or Killing Spock or Kirk or someone like that.
Destroying Star Trek as we know it.
Yeah.
It's Trek, Jim, but not as we know it. As we know it. Yeah.
I'll just pick up a few others here while we have time as well.
Yeah.
So this is just a quick sketch I did for a friend's album artwork, and it's another toxic male kind of image. I thought can't go wrong with toxic masculinity these days. There's not enough of it around.
She's gonna love me in my Chevy van, and that's all right with me.
Yeah, that is fantastic. I love that. Beautiful job.
Thank you very much. I'm just trying to have a look around here if there's anything else I have too. This is a comic book character I made up. I dressed as cosplay for this character, and I drew the character as a comic book character as well. And it was an amalgamation of Daredevil, Batman, and Wolverine.
Devil Dark Claw.
Yeah, and I thought, wow, if I was ever going to draw a comic, I'd do it with my 3 favorite characters and just merge them into one, and then try and avoid the lawsuits later.
That's nice. That really is well done.
So you can kind of see all the elements. I've got these nice little horns here, and the claws of Wolverine, and the Batman ears.
We got some Batman elements.
Yeah, and the red of Daredevil. I've got a couple of others here as well of it. This was a faux comic book cover that I did.
Nice. Very nice.
And I was dressed as that. I was in the outfit walking around Dragon Con in Atlanta a few years ago.
Oh, really?
It was boiling hot. It was crazy hot. But I had a lot of compliments, so it was great. It kind of made the discomfort worth it, really.
Well, that is really awesome, dude. I want to thank you for coming on and sharing all this art. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, man, I think hell, that would be a good comic.
If I had the time, I would definitely do that. Obviously, there's the great Doomcock himself in this image right here as well.
Oh, yes. Without respect, we reject. Got added a little bit of wrist action and some shoulder armor there.
I thought you'd look great in Street Fighter or something, So I thought, well, if you had a Street Fighter suit, then what would it look like? And it, pretty much
finish
like that.
him. Exactly. I love it.
Just the power of anger.
Yes, the power of anger. That's my special power. Well, dude. Oh yeah, here we go.
There's a couple more here as well.
Oh yeah, anger. That's a great one. I love
that.
That's for
when you finally do take over the world, so we can just put that on banners everywhere and hang them from buildings.
I know it is. This is some great stuff, guys. That's why I wanted to. Fox B5 is saying Dark Claw is awesome in the chat.
Oh, that's very kind.
And of course, go ahead and flash up that Doomcock respect graphic there, because people have adopted that. And indeed, I have that as one of the emojis here as well.
Fantastic. That was taken from a graffiti artist called, I think his name was Shepherd Fairy. Years ago, he came up with an image called Obey.
Right.
It was a picture of simplified image of Andre the Giant's face with just the words "obey" underneath it or above it. I can't remember which. And I thought, what a brilliantly simplistic and memorable image. And I thought, it just sticks in your mind, you know. And when you came up with "Without Respect, We Reject" idea, I just thought that was the first thing that came to mind. And I thought, yes, let's get it down. Just get it down, send it off to you, see what you think. If you like it. I
really love it, dude. I love it. It's iconic. It's wonderful. I want to thank Casey Oskowski for the cool pair, little stickum there, little sticker. Thank you for popping that in there. I also want to say good night to Kenny Craig. And thank you for being here, Kenny. And thank you, Demon Size Synthwave, for being here. Why don't you go ahead and plug yourself, plug your oh, that's a nice one. Look at that.
That's I designed that too. Yeah, I designed that to be in my version of episode 8. Captain Phasma's an absolute badass sort of lone agent that goes around sort of almost like a bounty hunter that works for, you know, the bad guys. And she, of course, I thought, well, she needs a ship. She needs a decent ship. So I kind of put a few elements together and came up with her kind of personal gunship that she flies around everywhere. So I just wanted to get the look of that down so people can get an idea of what it looks like, since it plays quite a prominent part in the story.
That is very good. Although with a little alteration, that really looks kind of like a Doomcock ship.
Yeah, I knew you'd say that.
It kind of does. I mean, it's like kind of perfect.
Well, if you need any kind of blueprints for the drop ships for your robot armies, then obviously just hook me up and I'll knock a few designs for ships out for you. You know.
Thank you, my friend. Please plug yourself before you head on out, sir.
I shall. Thank you so much. I am Demon Size Synthwave on Twitter and on Instagram, and also on YouTube. I've got a YouTube channel and I do reviews for about five followers. So I'm trying to build my following a little bit. And I'm doing a Mandalorian review and also a rather interesting interview that a certain UK cinema critic did with Ryan Johnson recently for the British Film Institute that no one's covered yet. And I found, and I thought it was fascinating because there's a lot of juicy things in there. I'm going to cover that in a video, hopefully get it up sometime over the weekend as well. So if you can find me on YouTube, look me up, Demon Size Synthwave. Always appreciate subscriptions and comments and likes from anyone, and even dislikes, if you're really feeling that way. So please do.
Absolutely. Listen, at Demon Size Synthwave, right? On Twitter?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, follow him on Twitter for sure. And let's send this guy some work, man. If you have a need for a graphic to be designed, please hit him up, because you won't find a better artist out there. And I
really appreciate that. I really appreciate it. What did Harvey think to his likeness anyway?
Huh?
What was Harvey's opinion of his likeness?
I love it. I'm so pimp. I'm so dope. I'm so street. I got street cred. It's like not much money, oh, but honey, ain't we got wampum? It's very good.
It is fantastic. Demon Size Synthwave, thank you so much for being here. And man, get busy, do some more artwork, or when you want to plug your Star Wars story, let me know.
I would gratefully appreciate sending it to you for a read through, because I know how much you appreciate literature and good writing, and I'm trying my damnest, even though I'm not a novelist, but I know what a Star Wars story needs to have in it, and I know you'd appreciate reading something that was an antidote to episode 8 and what we got before. So I would be greatly honored if you could give that your time. But anyway, I will let you get on with your super chats and your show. And I hope that you manage to stave off the coughing for the rest of the show. You're doing a good job so far, sir.
Yeah, I'm trying. It just hits for, it's irritation and stuff, but I'm just trying. Thank you, my friend. And we will see you next time.
Hail to the crooning, conquering Darth Doomcock, and I will speak to you soon, sir.
Demon Size Synthwave, ladies and gentlemen. Great job. Thank you, brother. Talk to you later. All righty, folks. That was absolutely fantastic. Like I said, we are going to have some more guests here coming up at the turn of the hour. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get back to the chat, get back to some of the super chats, and just see how you guys are doing. Turdo Tanker says Synthwave rocks. Yes, he does. Damn fine artist. Absolutely damn fine. Let's see. Ben Loudon says, get more guests to share the load, my lord. Well, I just get them because I like them, and it's fun to hang out. And also, I would say to Demon Size Synthwave, please, sir, when you are done, yeah, there we go. He's because I got 5 folks coming in here, and we can have a max of 6. So that's Demon Size Synthwave did a fantastic job. Gabriel Alejandro Pandiea Rodriguez says, "Hail Doomcock. I crunched some numbers. If the Rise of Skywalker underperforms like the last turd with a 42% weekly drop and a $200 million opening weekend, it will not break 500 million. Wow. Yeah, I am absolutely feeling strongly and more firmly every day that Rise of Skywalker has the potential to be an absolute disaster, folks. From what I'm hearing from my sources, this thing could even be worse than The Last Jedi. That is a quote. That is a quote. And it gave me pause. I could not believe it. I want to welcome Professor Thaskalos to the channel membership. Hail, Professor Thaskalos. And thank you, my friend, very much for joining. Very much appreciated. I also would like to thank, I figured out who to let me see, doggone it. Well, I know somebody slipped into the channel membership where I couldn't react fast enough to thank them. So I'm strolling through to try and jog my memory of who it was. And doggone it, I can't find it. Well, I will thank you later, my friend. Thank you for being here. Very much appreciated. Patrick Bateman with a $2 Australian super chat. Actually, 2 Australian super chats in a row. Thank you, Patrick Bateman. One $2 one says Epstein actually killed himself. Well, that's a refreshing sentiment. I haven't heard much of that. Thank you, Patrick Bateman, for explicating that. And he also says, with a $5 Australian super chat, friendly reminder, it is co-written by a guy who wrote Batman v Superman and Justice League. Yeah. That's not a stellar recommendation, is it, Patrick Bateman? Rise of Skywalker is going to suck so hard and so bad that Jar Jar Abrams needed help to write it. That's how, he needed help to write it bad enough. And that's what Jar Jar Abrams is doing. That is astonishing to me. Acadian. Hail, Acadian, and welcome to the channel membership, my friend. Very much appreciated on that. Fun guy says, OMG, Maul is everyone's favorite. This FP, Freddie Prinze Jr. is a terrible human. Well, no comment, but I definitely did a response to Freddie Prinze Jr. And yeah, I don't think he liked it very much at all. I don't think he liked it. I don't think he liked a harsh dose of straight Doomcockian truth. Old Freddie Prinze Jr. I think he resented it. Robert Martin, welcome to the channel membership, Robert. Thank you for being here, sir. Fox B5 says Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. That's also a good title. That's also a very good title. Jar Jar needs help getting out of bed, says RR. Well, he doesn't need help shitting the bed, though, RR. And that's what I was alluding to. Jar Jar Abrams needs no help shitting the bed, although he really wanted to do it bad this time. He wanted to do it so bad. And so he got help, apparently, from the guy that wrote Batman v Superman. Oh, the horror. Oh, the horror. And I want to welcome JP Stone to the channel membership as well. Hail JP, love your avatar, by the way, the old TV test pattern. Love that image. Absolutely love that. Oh, Freddie Prince Jr. blocked me, says Mary Ashmead. Well, I'm hurt. I'm not hurt at all, actually. I don't care. Southeastern Kaiju with a $5 super chat. Hail Southeastern Kaiju, who says, adding to your recovery fund, I prescribe doubling the proof of your medication. Heal. Thank you, Southeastern Kaiju. Oh, man, it sucks so bad. I haven't been able to sleep, very fitful sleep. Either my stomach is upset or my head hurts or my throat hurts or I can't breathe. Jesus, God. And then all day today, my head is hurt. It just sucks so bad. But this is the best I've felt all day because I'm feeling your healing rays and all of your wonderful support and kindness. It means the world to me. Thank you so much, Southeastern Kaiju. Brian Kim with $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Brian. He says, news, my liege. Vader's actor doesn't like Jar Jar. Are you talking about, of course, oh my God, Dave Prowse? Are you saying Dave Prowse doesn't like Jar Jar, or are you talking about James Earl Jones? Whichever, they are gentlemen of taste and distinction, so it doesn't surprise me at all that they would not fall for his shenanigans. Brian Kim, welcome to the channel membership, my friend. Greatly appreciate you joining. Welcome to the class. To the class. Sentient Dildo says Disney is poisoning you, DC. Well. Yeah, I think I don't think I've got the flu, Cat Slave 56. I think I've got a cold. I think I've just got a garden variety cold. I don't know. Fox B5 says, have you tried adding honey to that coffee, Doomcock? Man, I really need to. Maybe I will. I will try. James Earl Jones says Enclave Soldier. Well, James Earl Jones is fantastic. He really is just incredibly awesome as Darth Vader. Nobody could do the voice better. He is the man. And also Dave Prowse is the man as well. I got a picture signed by him that says Dave Prowse is Darth Vader. He just basically wanted to maintain that every day in every way. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. In fact, I really feel like I think George Lucas should have given Dave Prowse a few lines in, one of the Star Wars films as himself. He really went through all that to, do Vader's lines, and then he found he got dubbed. And I thought that was pretty heartless. I think Dave Prowse could have been an Imperial officer in a scene or something. I mean, my God, I know he had a very thick, very distinctive accent, but they could have coached him for a few lines. I certainly would have. Hail Dave Prowse. If you're out there, brother, God bless you. And I will never forget how you occupied that role. Nobody else could have gestured that way, walked that way, been so imperious. Dave Prowse was awesome. And he deserves a lot more acclaim than he got, frankly. Thank you, Nick Stover. Gargle salt water before you go to bed. I will give that a shot. I will give that a shot. Matthew Anderson, sadly, I know some who are still going to see Rise of Skywalker, not necessarily because they are excited or think it will be good, but because they don't want to miss out on Star Wars. Thoughts? There's no Star Wars there to miss. I mean, that's what we need to convey to them, that this is bad fan fiction, that George Lucas is not involved, and that this is garbage. This is not Star Wars. In fact, you're missing out more by seeing it than by skipping it, because what you're doing is soiling your memory of actual Star Wars, and you can never unsee the garbage you're about to see. Daryl Rayner, my Legionnaire, with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Daryl. He says, I rewatched your Last Jedi review again today, which I always enjoy. Looking forward to your Rise of Skywalker review. 9 to 9, my liege. Yes, my friend. I'm going to see the damn movie on the first day. I will get my initial review out to you the following day. I believe it will be a spoiler-free review. so that nobody's afraid to watch it. Although, maybe I'll just do it segmented. Like I'll do the first part spoiler free for 10 minutes, and then the next 30 minutes like going in depth about exactly what I thought of the damn thing. But I'm sure that there will be multiple reviews as I have time to process, and I'll have more to say. But it's going to be something. It is absolutely going to be something, Daryl Rayner. I think it's going to be, oh God, if it's going to be worse than The Last Jedi, I don't know if I'll even survive. I'm going to have to drink heavily. And I am seeing it without spending money. I just wanted to let you guys know. I'm not giving them a dime. So just to let you guys know. Thank you, Daryl Rayner. Jedi Bill 797 with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Jedi Bill. He says, "Hail my overlord. I hope you get well soon." God, so do I. I hate feeling like this. God, I hate feeling like this. I do not like being sick. I mean, nobody does, but I really don't. I get kind of depressed because I don't feel capable anymore, and I don't feel I'm not working, and things are dropping by. I just hate it. I hate it. It drives me insane. Supreme Overlord SJW with a $10 super chat. Hail, Supreme Overlord SJW. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being here. And he says, "All right, Overlord DVD, you're clearly onto us. I'll come clean. These movies are designed to be forgettable so that we can remake and update them every few years." God. You are 110% correct, Supreme Overlord SJW. 110%. That makes sense. That makes sense. Now, I don't understand that the trade-off is that good between losing the repeat business and losing the enthusiasm for the franchise just so that you can remake the same mediocre movie a few years later. But, in a weird, sick kind of SJW way, that does make sense. Supreme Overlord SJW has fessed up, ladies and gentlemen. I have to say, even though Supreme Overlord SJW is a mortal enemy, I kind of admire the guy. It's kind of good to see Supreme Overlord SJW around. I respect Supreme Lord SJW, and hail to you, brother. You have free passage through my lands, guaranteed, and that's never going to change. In fact, it really doesn't feel quite like a Friday Night Frolics live stream without Supreme Overlord SJW here. In fact, Supreme Overlord SJW, perhaps you might like to come on my show. What do you guys think? Would you all like to have Supreme Overlord SJW come on the show and talk to me mano a mano? I think that would be absolutely glorious. So, Supreme Overlord SJW, if you are interested, contact me on Twitter at Doomcock, or shoot me an email at dictorvandoomcock@gmail.com. I think that would be a lot of fun. Maybe we could get you on with Ruin Johnson as well. Maybe we could do like a 3 for him. You and me and Ruin Johnson. I think that would be a lot of fun, Overlord SJW. Maybe you should think about that. Drop me a line if you're interested. I think that would be a lot of fun. We've got Agent Pepsi 1 with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Agent Pepsi 1, who says, "My liege, you said without respect, we reject. We do not get any respect no matter what. We get propaganda from SJWs. Let's just reject and pirate," says Agent Pepsi 1. Well, I do not personally advocate sailing the high seas, but I certainly do not frown on those who choose to do so. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum, as they say. Agent Pepsi 1, yeah, we're not getting a whole lot of respect, but I tell you what, I did that video recently. And Scott Hudson, I want to welcome you to the channel membership, Scott. Thank you for joining and becoming a Doomentite. That is good news, my friend. Rez08 says, Hail Doom Cough. Yeah, I know. I can't help it. My damn throat sucks. So I guess right now I am Doom Cough, Cough. It kind of sucks. But Agent Pepsi 1, Jar Jar Abrams kind of offered an olive branch to us in that Esquire article by Matt Miller. Matt Miller, just to go over the video that I recently did, my most recent video, I maintained that Jar Jar Abrams actually extended an olive branch to us. He really did. It was almost a capitulation. It was almost taking the knee, bending the knee to the fandom menace. Not only did J.J. Abrams mention the fandom menace by name, much to the ire of the rest of Hollywood, it turns out, apparently, from what I'm hearing, he caught a lot of flack for mentioning the fandom menace, but not only mentioning them, but also in a conciliatory tone, because Matt Miller, the arch hack of Esquire.com, who has written about me personally, he basically 3 times, not once, not twice, but thrice, attempted to lure J.J. Abrams into parroting once again the toxic fandom talking points that have gone around for the past several years. Good night, Tiara Starbrighter. Good to see you. Thank you for being in here. He went ahead and did that. And he could have easily just parroted the same old, well, anybody who doesn't like this, they're locked in their old ways. They're afraid of strong women, etc., and so forth. But I have to tell you, he did not go that way. And I think that it was, in a way, acknowledging our power in a way that Hollywood did not like. Agent Pepsi 1 says, Jar Jar Abrams' olive branch is propaganda. We accept it, and then they will continue the woke BS. Oh, I agree, Agent Pepsi 1. I agree. It's not out of the goodness of his heart, but I think it is essentially an acknowledgement of our power. Jar Jar Abrams is, if anything, a survivor. And I think that Jar Jar Abrams knows which way the wind blows. You don't need a weatherman, as the song goes, to know that the way that wind blows. And I think J.J. Abrams is a survivor, and he sensed that there's change in the wind. And I think the rest of Hollywood's behind him, and I think, yeah, is it pandering? Oh, sure. Is it sincere? No, I don't think so. But I think it's sincere fear. I think it's sincere acknowledgement of our power. And I think it's a sincere sign that we are winning. I honestly do. That's what I think. That's what I think. Brian Yoder says, blow, blow, blow your nose gently in the tissue. Miserably, 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 miserably. A virus is the issue. Agent Pepsi 1 says, you're much more forgiving than I am. No, I'm not. I'm not forgiving anything. I'm not saying we should accept it, but I did lay out terms. It's like, well, if he wants to go ahead and do a rapprochement with the fandom menace, if he wants to extend the olive branch, then we have a list of demands, and I gave those demands at the end of the video. And if you haven't seen it yet, please watch it, because I think that's what we need to do. I mean, can we say that there can never be any rapprochement? There can never be any forgiveness. I'm not that rigid, but it's almost impossible, because I said they're going to have to decanonize the sequel trilogy. They're going to have to directly apologize to fans. They're going to have to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy and the current regime. I mean, it was a long list of very straightforward demands. But when it comes to the point where they are waving the white flag and they do all the things that we ask, well, then maybe we can consider it at that point. Because look, if Disney suddenly decides that, the tide has turned and we're not going to go woke anymore, and we're going to go ahead and start delivering good, solid entertainment to a broad general audience, that does not shame men and does not demonize particularly white men, and is not trying to stunt cast and, you know, do all this kind of virtue signaling, tinkering with scripts to make them more acceptable to a small segment of fucking people on Twitter. Well, if that comes around, then I think at that point we may have to go ahead and consider forgiveness. Because if our aim is not to save pop culture, if our aim is simply to be what they accuse us of being, to be haters, to be rigid, to be hating just for the sake of hate, then I think shame on us. If there's got to be the possibility of redemption and forgiveness, but only on our terms. I'm not going to bend over backwards to have a rapprochement and forgive them, but neither am I going to say there is no way in hell we will ever forgive. If they go to all these steps and transform their hearts and give us everything that I demanded at the end of the video, I think we have to seriously consider forgiving them and supporting them, because we want good pop culture. But they have destroyed Star Wars, and they're going to have to mend that fence. They're going to have to decanonize the Disney sequel trilogy because it's garbage and it did so much harm to the franchise. They're going to have to make sequels then that ignore and revise and fix the horrible things that were done. Now, I'm aware that Carrie Fisher is dead. So, I mean, there's only so much they can do, but we've got to maybe in that case accept different castings or something along those lines. I don't know what form it would be, but I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to stay opposed to us, but I do think we have to go ahead and list what we want. We can't simply hate them and hate them and hate them. We have to go ahead and say at some point, what do we want? And we can make those demands as stiff as possible, but we have to have some kind of set of criteria so that we are not just haters, that we are fans, that we love Star Wars. And if there's a way to save and fix Star Wars, I'm all for it. 0327 Ting says they'll never apologize. They'll just quietly start producing slightly better stuff, but they'll never apologize. Then there could be no forgiveness. 0327 Ting. There can never be any forgiveness if they do not apologize. All these things were demands. They were not requests, and they were non-negotiable in my video. But that said, there has to be some kind of basis to move forward. And if there is not, then we are just haters at that point. And I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that. So yeah, that is my opinion there. And John Cipolla says they are the haters, not us. But if we give in to them, they will demand more. Never. We will never give in to them. Without respect, we reject. Straight up. End of story. But if they then show us respect, how are we to react? Well, we have to look at it at that time. And I don't know what that picture would be. And I don't actually, frankly, honestly, I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible. But yes, Blaze 2000, if Disney ditches woke politics, then we can forgive. Possibly, but we also need the apology. We need the apology, and we need this shit decanonized straight up. John Cipolla, we are not the haters. They are. I agree with you entirely, sir. That's why I'm saying, I think we want Star Wars to be good. We want Star Trek to be good. We want Doctor Who to be good. We want them to stop destroying the things we love, but we still love it. And that is why we are not haters. But we're not going to bend over backwards for them. We're not going to kowtow to their crap, and we're not going to accept anything less than utter and complete apologies and retractions. End of fucking story. Decanonized. Exactly, Turdo Tanker. Starve the mouse, Metatron. Yes, because otherwise they're not going to take us seriously. Strange Person says fire Kathleen Kennedy, J.J. Abrams, and Ruin Johnson, and blacklist them from working in that town again. Those are my terms. I think that those are reasonable terms, Strange Person. Andrew Sheehan, hail Andrew, says never gonna happen. They hate us. What other motivation can you ascribe to those movies? They must be decanonized 110%, and they must apologize. And if they won't, then there will never be any peace. Straight up. I am not forgiving. I am simply saying that there have to be terms of victory in a war unless you want endless war. Those are my terms of victory. And I think that they are shared by most fans. That's what I think. Thank you, Agent Pepsi 1. Lock Robster. I like that. Lock Robster with a $16.99 Australian super chat. Hail Lock Robster, who says, here's some money for you to buy some bronchitis medicine, Overlord. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hail Lock Robster. The Legion of Reason with a $5 Canadian super chat. Hail Legion of Reason, who says Ray can't shoot straight because she's channeling her inner stormtrooper. She's the bestest stormtrooper ever, which means she has to miss chronically. She has to miss worse than any stormtrooper ever has in order to be the bestest stormtrooper ever. I agree entirely. That is why you are the Legion of Reason. Agent Pepsi 1 says, listen, the only thing Disney understands is money. Agreed. She says, pirate, and they get zero. Well, you can also, pay for one movie, go into another movie. You can wait for it to come out on cable. Why do you even have to see it in a theater? Starve the beast. Without respect, we reject. I absolutely advocate a boycott of episode 9. Unless you are going to do specifically a review, and even then, avoid giving the money for it. So 100%, I would like you guys to boycott. I think we need to send a strong message. And listen, if it's as bad as what I'm hearing from behind the scenes, and it has to be bad if they've been tinkering with it all this time, that is a sign of fear and loathing in Hollywood. If it is that bad, it has a genuine chance of failing spectacularly. And I want to contribute to that failure. And I hope that you guys out there want to contribute to its failure as well. Boycott Metatron, exactly. 09A team says, I understand they already hardened my heart. They have hardened mine as well. But I am waging a war to save pop culture. And in any war, you have to have terms of surrender. I have laid out terms of surrender for these guys. Whether or not they will do it, I don't know. But if they do, we can talk. But they are very, very, very harsh terms, unconditional surrender terms. And that is my opinion moving forward. Gordy Skymop says, I already have tickets. Sorry. Well, then review it and stick it to them that way, my friend. I'm not going to yell at anyone that goes to see it, but I encourage you guys, please send a message to them. Without respect, we reject. That message is more important than I can possibly say. I probably need to do another video on this to go ahead and reiterate this, because guys, it's not just Star Wars. The rest of Hollywood is going to be watching how this goes down. And I got to tell you guys, if Rise of Skywalker, after years of abusing and mocking the fandom, spitting in our faces, literally calling us racist, sexist, toxic man-baby trolls, they did that for years, and we still come crawling back with our tails between our legs and our wallets open to them like some slattern, then I have to say we are like abused spouses coming back to get slapped around some more. And how can you demand respect from these companies if you don't have respect for yourself, if you don't have enough respect for yourself to shut your wallets to these people and say no more. So that's what I gotta say. And I think that this is a great time. First of all, I would like to say to Brian Yoder, thank you so very much for the $100 super chat. My God, that is absolutely incredible, sir. I will be getting to that here in just a few minutes, but I wanted to go ahead and just tip my hat to you and thank you very much for your generosity. And I think when we're talking about without respect, we reject, that it's a perfect time to bring on now my guests of the evening. We have 4 of them, I believe, are here right now. And I'm going to add them to the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and put your hands together and welcome a assortment of my Legionnaires who go by the name the Common Man Cast. Welcome, guys. Hello.
Hail, what's up?
Hail, my lord.
Doomcock. Hail, Doomcock.
Thanks for having us on the show.
To the Common Man Cast. Philip Kilroy, Common Sense America, Travis, and Armchair Warlord. It is great to have you guys. Welcome to Friday Night Frolics. How are you all this evening?
Doing pretty good. It's great to be here.
Doing pretty good. Doing
Great. Enjoying my Thanksgiving break.
Well, that is great. I think you're probably enjoying it more than I am. I'm not feeling all so great right here, but I'm really glad you guys could come on. And I guess we're gonna kind of talk maybe a little bit about Star Trek 4 or maybe some of this Rise of Skywalker stuff. But I think I brought you on an opportune moment to comment on what we were just talking about. Without respect, we reject. The need to boycott Rise of Skywalker, try to make it fail as a message to Hollywood. But also I'd be interested to hear your ideas about terms of surrender. I mean, do you think that if there was genuine repentance, if they went ahead and bent the knee and surrendered unconditionally, wouldn't it behoove us then to accept the victory and move on? Because don't we really want to save pop culture as much as we want to extract revenge? So I would like to start out. I'll just go ahead and go down the line and say, Philip Kilroy, kick it off. What do you think?
Well, sorry, I'm.
Or anybody, just jump in.
Myself.
Yeah, I mean, I think your prescription there is pretty much dead on. I think if Kathleen Kennedy went away and if they decanonized the current crop of Disney movies and moved forward on the basis of the EU, I think that would make reunify the fandom. And I think except for some of the weirder parts of the alleged fandom. But I think the vast majority of fans would be very happy with that, and I think we would. I think that would end the war.
I think also something that would be a point. I think maybe a clause, like in any good surrender terms, to prevent something like this happening in the future, would be prudent. Because it's one thing to say, all right, get these bad people out, but how do we know they're going to put worse people in? I mean, we have a problem of, at least from what I've seen, is there are talented people who have been clearly suppressed in their ability to succeed, whereas ideology over talent, I guess, would be the best way to put it. I think if they would guarantee to us in some way or another that they would put the most talented people, not just these handpicked favorites who would keep a Twitter crowd happy. I think if we could prevent that from being a future issue, because as we've all seen with many franchises, this has turned into a major, just a problem, that if we don't have any kind of guarantee in these terms of surrender that this just isn't going to be repeated time and verbatim again and again and again, it'd be like we fought the war for nothing. So I would like to see something where they would at least guarantee that qualified individuals who deserve to be there are there.
Well, I think personally, if it ever came to the point, and I don't think this is, by the way, I don't think this is a plausible outcome. I don't think that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But just in terms of theory, just in terms of having a clear mind of what we want. I mean, as a warrior, armchair warlord, you understand the importance of clear tactical objectives in a war. Otherwise, you just wind up in an endless conflict that goes nowhere. So it's important to know what you would accept as an acceptable recompense. What are the terms of surrender? What are the terms of victory in any war is a very important thing. And for me, it seems that I think if they ever did these things, it would signal a radical shift in their philosophy, Travis. I don't think that they would then go right around and then do the same old shit. I mean, if they go through that, it means that they've turned the woke corner and they're getting off the woke kick, and they want to mend fences. And we have to reward that sort of thing if it can be a victory with honor, if it can be a victory in terms of actual objectives that we wanted, clearly, unambiguously, and without compromise. We're not going to compromise. They have to compromise. But if they do, don't you think that we're honor bound to give it a shot working with them?
Absolutely.
I would definitely say yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would consider that good faith, that we would go. It's like, all right, you're going to come at me with a good faith, then I will reward you by spending my time, my money, my effort to go see these films, support them, and any products that may come along with it.
Yeah,
but that also doesn't mean that you should let down your guard.
No.
Never. And actually,
Always.
John Cipolla in the chat is saying you're missing the point. Crush them. They won't accept the premise of defeat. John, I'm not missing the point. I don't think this is plausible. I don't think it's I don't even think it's. I think it's like 99% likelihood that they will never apologize. They will never decanonize the sequel trilogy. All I'm saying is, if they did, in that 1% chance, then they would be crushed. I absolutely agree with you, John. Crush them. They won't accept the premise of defeat. Not right now. But if Rise of Skywalker bombs solo style business, it will send shockwaves throughout Hollywood. That's why we need to boycott this damn movie and bring them to their knees. Common Sense America, what do you think?
I mean, I agree with all your points, because I heard a history teacher say this best about what happened with the Germans regarding World War I and II, and what you've been saying kind of brought that back up to memory. He said that the Germans weren't defeated. Like, there was an armistice, that they ended it. It was like, peace offerings. That was it. That set the stage for World War II, and the only way to get the Germans to quit was to literally send them back to the Stone Age in terms of with our bombings and everything like that. So I think in the same way, it's kind of like that with Star Wars and just fandom in general, where we can't be negotiating on, well, we'll give out a little peace offering here, peace offering there, because yes, we need to come at them and say that yes, you guys screwed up. Here's how we could go forward, but you have to be willing to hold that line and take a tough stance in order to get the correct people and leadership and et cetera, in order to get what the fans want. Because, I went out to lunch with my family today, and the women behind the bar were talking about The Mandalorian. They're like, "Oh my gosh, have you heard about it?" "No, I haven't." "Have you seen it?" "Oh yeah, I love it." Like, they're talking about The Mandalorian, but yet I never hear one word uttered about Rise of Skywalker anywhere. Everyone's talking about The Mandalorian. So maybe The Mandalorian is like a piece, is a glimpse as to what Star Wars could be if given the right people and opportunities.
Yeah, I don't even think The Mandalorian is very good. I mean, I think it's mediocre. I think it's like a starving man in the desert who stumbles across a McNugget or something and eats the McNugget and thinks it's the best damn thing he's ever had simply because he's been starving. I think that's the reaction to The Mandalorian. I mean, I don't think it's that great. I watched the first episode and I'm just like, I haven't been bothered to watch the rest because I just thought it was meh. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, definitely, I definitely see. Yeah, I'm not. Like I've said multiple times during the podcast, I am not a Star Wars fan. Not that I don't like it. I just haven't seen enough of it to consider myself a fan. But we can liken this to the Star Trek movies. Now, I've always said that I enjoy Star Trek Beyond. Now, I fully admit that could be just because the first two movies were so subpar. And, Star Trek, we've been without good Star Trek since at the very latest 2005. Some people would argue a lot earlier. But, the first two JJ movies were just so bad. And, Beyond comes out and, I personally think it's pretty good, but the consensus seems to be that it's more mediocre, though being better than the first two. So maybe just my total disappointment over the first two was making me think that Beyond is better than it actually is.
Yeah, I didn't bother to see it. I'm not going to see it. I don't care to see it. Star Trek Into Darkness was bad enough for me. The sentiment in the chat seems to be no peace in our time, which I think that's fine. I mean, they fired the first shot, says RR, not paying Disney a cent, says Andrew Sheehan. Excellent. Well, you know what? I think essentially, I think we're splitting hairs here. I think I am speaking in an absolutely philosophical sense, in an academic sense, in a kind of symbolic sense, that I think that the terms of surrender that I would accept are essentially impossible for them to realize. So when you guys are saying in the chat, there can be no peace in our time, I will never forgive them and stuff, I think we're essentially saying the same thing. Because all I'm saying is that if they gave me every damn thing I wanted, and they're never going to do that, then I would consider forgiveness. But that's not going to happen. So essentially, I am agreeing with all of you and saying no peace in our time, because you can't see that they're going to actually come out and apologize. And they're going to fire Kathleen Kennedy, and they're going to decanonize the sequel trilogies, and they're going to hire George Lucas to come back and remake another sequel that will supplant the other one. None of that's going to happen. So essentially, we're saying the same thing. Don't you guys think?
Well, I mean, I think it's important to have an objective that we want to push them towards, and to kind of be able to articulate that clearly. Right. What the impression that we should not be giving off is that we're just here for the fighting. We're
exactly. That's my point. But in saying that I've got some goals, and I know that they're not compromised. I have not said goals that I think are sensible or reasonable. I'm saying this is fucking what it's going to take.
Well,
and if you do that, then go fuck off. There will be no peace. That's basically my point.
I disagree that they're not reasonable goals. I mean, the decanonization of the sequel trilogy is not a large ask. They're not good movies. They haven't made a lot of money for Disney, and at a certain point, money talks and bullshit walks.
I agree, but I don't think they'll do it. That's my point. I think it's entirely reasonable, yes. But I think in terms of what they will actually do as a corporation, admitting wrongdoing, apologizing directly to fans, I don't see that happening. But that's what it would take, which is essentially saying no peace in our time.
Well, I mean, also, I think another thing they could do, which would spur a great deal of goodwill, would be to actually talk directly to fans and be accessible to fans. There's a big fandom out there, and Disney is just such a, I mean, all of Hollywood is very secretive about their creative process, but if they were more open with the fandom, I think that would win a great deal of goodwill.
I agree. But I don't see them doing it. I don't see them doing any of it. And I don't see them publicly announcing, we reject Rian Johnson. We apologize for his remarks. He will never work on Star Wars or for Disney again. I mean, which I think are reasonable asks, given the level of insult that we've suffered for years. What do you guys think?
Yeah. And also a point you could make is, the old saying, you don't know what you want until I give it to you. Well, now we can point and say, this is exactly what we're shooting for. Don't you come at me with that.
Yeah.
You can make the point that we have our goals and this is what the fans are asking for. Do I think it's going to happen? No, of course not. I'm not so blind as to think it'll happen. But if we're talking just in the hypothetical, then yeah, I'll be more than happy to say this is exactly what I want and this is what I think it will take, and then I'll give you money hand over fist. And
exactly, it's like, because we're not just haters, we're lovers of the franchise, and we want Hollywood to fix this. And Jeffrey Wolf in the chat is saying Disney never admits to its mistake ever. Exactly. You're quite right, Jeffrey. And that's why there will be no peace in our time, because they will never go ahead and give us what we require. But what we require is a requirement. It's not a request, gentlemen. If you want your audience back, you're going to have to go ahead and give us what we want, everything we want. And that's never going to happen. So de facto, no forgiveness and no peace in our time.
Exactly. And again, we're like, I want to buy as many Star Trek products as I could possibly get, but none of them are anything I want. That's just how I see it. I mean, I got the money to burn and I love this stuff, but I'm not producing anything I want to support. Discovery and the JJ verse. No, I have no interest in that.
Yeah. None at all.
And it's
a
like,
lot of the merchandise from old shows. A lot of the merchandise from old shows seem to be disappearing, aside from like the Eagle Moth stuff.
Yeah, that's
very true.
Yeah, it's probably when you kill a fan of stone dead.
Yeah, well, there's nothing out there. And it's probably for the best. I mean, Star Trek is dead. Star Trek is dead as a doornail until they completely get a new team in there. I mean, they have just doubled, tripled, quadrupled down on the same bad pony, the same lame duck. They have Kurtzmanized their entire goddamn property, and until it gets de-Kurtzmanized entirely. Same thing with Star Trek. I mean, there can be no peace while Star Trek Discovery is canon. There can be no peace, just straight up. It's just ruined. It's tarnished. Same thing, I think, with The Last Jedi. As long as The Last Jedi exists, there can be no peace.
This is very true.
It is. It is.
Yeah, I mean,
remember.
I think if we see a kind of backlash off of Rise of Skywalker that we saw off of The Last Jedi, and from the atmospherics I've been hearing, is that it may be worse as far as the canon goes. They've got to get the message eventually.
I agree 100%.
Well,
and as for Star Trek, we'll see what happens when the Picard series underperforms and the backlash is even worse than STD, because it's looking more and more like that's going to be the case. And if you notice in the content creator sphere, when you're ignoring all the bullshit shill articles from the mainstream media or whatever announcements they're making, nobody's excited for Picard. Nobody.
You mean the Mass Effect Firefly crossover with Patrick Stewart in it?
Yeah, that's right.
You're not wrong.
I can't believe it's not Firefly, basically.
Pretty
Sponsored
much.
by
Oh my
Tribbles.
gosh.
Yes, Tribbles. That spread
Oh.
cereal that gives the kids a sensation of cannibalism every time.
Absolutely.
I gotta read this from the chat. I have the live stream with the chat open on my phone, and I want to read something from Iffy350. They say The Sims 4 is closer to Star Wars canon than the Disney sequel.
Ooh.
Wow.
Excellent.
Shots fired, my man.
Excellent. We have one of the best chats in history, and certainly the best on YouTube on this show on Friday Night Frolics. And I'm just glad you guys are here. I'm really proud of you guys forming the Common Man Cast. You do a podcast that's available on iTunes and SoundCloud and all sorts of outlets. Briefly,
And also on YouTube.
yeah. Why don't you go ahead and just kind of plug your channel here?
Oh, yeah. I will. Fucking. I tried to put the link into the chat, but it says links are forbidden.
Yes, we do not allow that.
Yeah,
But go ahead. Just go ahead and say it.
All right. Well, if you guys are be so kind, please subscribe to the Common Man Cast. Just go to another tab and search Common Man Cast on YouTube. We will probably be the first result you see, even though we're not very big yet. Just hit that subscribe button.
And we were all Legionnaires just like you, so come join us.
Yep.
There
Yep.
you go. There you go.
In
You
fact,
guys
if
have done great.
it wasn't for this man here bringing us all together, we would not have made the show.
That's true.
That's very true. That's
really
very true.
I'm very honored. I'm the spiritual father of your Common Man Cast.
Yes.
Indeed, good sir.
That makes me very happy.
Looking back now, it's really cool that like the entirety of the Common Man Cast and all we've done so far with it has been birthed out of just a single conversation we had after a Rumblings from the Lair.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
I am very pleased, you guys, and it's just great to have you here. I appreciate you coming on tonight. And just quickly, I agree with you guys. I think Picard is going to bomb even worse than Star Trek Discovery, and the reason for that is I think it's going to actually have Patrick Stewart in it. And so the pain is going to be that much more visceral when they violate Star Trek Next Generation canon. And there's an awful lot. I think, frankly, there are more Next Generation fans kind of actively engaged at this point, just because, it was a younger audience, a lot of kids growing up, or in their middle age now, or early middle age. And so they're going to be eagerly watching this stuff and have an awareness of it way beyond Star Trek Discovery. And I think the disappointment is going to be palpable. And I think the rage is going to be extreme. What do you guys think about that?
Count me in on the rage being extreme. I'll be one of them.
Yeah,
The rage has been to the extreme since before STD aired. So that ain't going away.
I agree. And I want to say thank you to John Cipolla in the chat. I admire your anger, my friend. And I think we were saying the same thing all along. And God bless you, sir, for keeping those things of anger flying, John. John Cipolla, folks. That is great stuff. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
So I actually want to quickly just, if you don't mind, Doomcock, I want to plug one of our episodes that we did.
Go ahead.
It was several. Fill me in if it was about 2 months ago when the Picard trailer and the trailer came out.
Oh yes.
Oh, God.
All of us got buzzed or drunk for this episode. So the entire episode was done
on drunk.
Hey, that's not my it was my
I think that's the only episode where I got
that was. But just to tell you how terrible it was, we ranted for an hour and 45 minutes. All of us, like I said, are either buzzed or drunk about these things. And you all have to listen to some of our commentary because we actually went shot for shot on certain sections of the trailers.
And you made me watch one of them, and I still haven't forgiven you for it.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. There's a little bit of anger in the Common Man cast, but a little anger. A spoonful of ire makes the medicine chow down or something along those lines.
Yeah, I hear you.
But I want to thank you guys for being on here, and hopefully we'll have you guys on again. I just want to say hail to Philip Kilroy and Common Sense America and Travis and Armchair Warlord. And who are we missing tonight? Just to send them a shout out as well.
We're missing
Mark, Katala,
go ahead.
Varvithia, and Marcus.
That's right. So hopefully maybe next time I could go ahead and pop on as well. Listen, thank you guys so much, and hopefully this next week we'll get together and have a Doomcock roundtable or something at Patreon. The Common Man cast, folks. Go ahead and check them out and subscribe. And Dave Bob is saying, did you know they can fly now? Did you guys know they can fly now?
I had no idea.
Oh God!
I ranted for a half hour to nobody just because I needed a rant on that.
Doomcock. Before we head out, do you mind if I plug my book for a second?
Go ahead, real quick.
Sure. It's so I on the side, I'm an author. My book, The Maiden's War, is out on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, pretty much any online bookstore, and a few physical bookstores in the Seattle metro area. So check it out. It's called The Maiden's War. It's not under Armchair Warlord. It's under my actual name. But if you look it up on Amazon, you will. It's pretty easy to figure out which one is the right one. So yeah, thanks for letting me plug it, and I hope you all check it out.
Thank you, Armchair Warlord, Common Sense America, Philip Kilroy, and Travis, the Common Man cast, folks. Thank you all for being on here, and hopefully we will talk again soon.
Hail. Thank you for having us. We enjoyed the opportunity to chat with you live.
You're very welcome, my friend. Hail to my Legionnaires. God bless you guys, and we'll talk soon.
Later.
Good night, you guys. Thank you.
Good night, sir.
Good night, my friend. All right, guys. Well, here we are. Thank you all. I hope that you enjoyed that interview with those guests. I want to hail and say thank you to Veterans of Galactic Wars for joining the channel membership. Much appreciated, you guys. And hopefully you guys are enjoying all the guests. I certainly am. Absolutely 110%. It's just really awesome. I think I should probably do a song for you guys, but I don't know what you might want to hear. So if anybody has a request for a song, I will do my best to sing it, even though my throat is subpar. It's subpar today. My voice is a little bit no, it's not over. We got some ways to go, Fixie Clary. We got some ways to go. I got a whole bunch of super chats, and I am going to go ahead and get back to those. But if you guys have any requests for songs, I would be happy to do one or two that's in the public domain. Drunken Sailor, says Bionic Belly Button. Nee. Well, I think I could go ahead and do that one. Let's give it a shot. What the hell? What do we do with a drunken sailor? All right, let's take a drink of tea here. And I apologize if my voice craps out during this song. Well, what will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. Shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. Put him in a longboat till he's sober, put him in a longboat till he's sober, put him in a longboat till he's sober early in the morning. way, hey, and up she rises, way, hey, and up she rises, way, hey, and up she rises early in the morning. Stick him in a barrel with a hose pipe on him, stick him in a barrel with a hose pipe on him, stick him in a barrel with a hose pipe on him early in the morning. Way, hey, and up she rises, way, hey, and up she rises, way, hey, and up she rises early in the morning. Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter. Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter. Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter early in the morning. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises early in the morning. That's what we do with a drunken sailor. That's what we do with a drunken sailor. That's what we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning. Early in the morning. Hail, folks. Yes. Stick him in a barrel with a hose pipe on him. So basically, he's in a barrel. He's got like a little hose pipe to breathe through. That's basically what it is. Ben Loudon says, land ahoy. They can fly? Yes. Yes, they can fly, Ben. They can fly. Oh, there you go. Bravo to you, Bionic Belly Button. And I hope that you enjoyed that little sea ditty early in the morning. Let us go on. Is this a Krusty Krab? Asks Matthew Anderson. Might as well be. And Angry Jack 97 says, yay! Mary Ashmead says, woohoo! Thank you, Doomcock. Thank you, Mary Ashmead, for doing such a great job here in the chat. The captain's daughter is Kathleen Kennedy. Oh, God, that's cruel, Action Com. That's very cruel. Genius Fool, the Irrefutable, says it's 3:34 a.m. here, early in the morning. Well, hell, time to get out the rusty razor and the hose pipe. Stupid Monkey O says, is baby, it's cold outside in the public domain. No, it would not be. John F. 76 says, how about give my regards to Broadway? I'm afraid that give my regards to Broadway is not in the public domain. I will check real quick just in case. It seems like actually it ought to be. Let me see. Scrolling down. I comes before O. Oh, look at that. It is. It is in the public domain. So I can do that one for you guys real quick. Give my regards to Broadway. Yes, from 1904. Here we go. Give my regards to Broadway. Give my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Herald Square. Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there. Whisper of how I'm yearning to mingle with the old-time throng. Give my regards to old Broadway and say that I'll be there ere long. Give my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Herald Square. Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there. Whisper of how I'm yearning to mingle with the old-time throng. Give my regards to old Broadway and say that I'll be there ere long. Give my regards to Broadway, and thank you for that request. I'm glad I went ahead and checked and saw that it was in fact in the public domain. That's really awesome. All righty, let us get back. Thank you guys so much for your patience, and let's get back to some of these super chats you guys have been waiting for. Thank you, Big Red Bullfrog, for this €2 super chat. Hail, Big Red Bullfrog, who says, hail, my lord, get better soon, stay vigilant, croak. Thank you, Big Red Bullfrog. I will indeed stay vigilant, stay angry, and as always, stay inflexible regarding my terms of surrender. Damn it. Jaeger Bomb with a $5 super chat. Hail Jaeger Bomb, who says, if Rise of Skywalker is worse than The Last Jedi, are they going to have a character worse than Holdo? And that would be icing on the crap cake if they outdo her in being awful. Jaeger Bomb, I think they are. I think her name is going to be Rey. And I think that Rey will be about the worst damn character in the world. What do you think of a character, Jaeger Bomb, that cannot easily take care of 4 lousy stormtroopers on a treadmill bike, but she can go ahead and not only disable the entire resistance, the entire Empire fleet, but she can also zap Palpatine so hard with Force lightning that he absolutely disintegrates, just explodes into tiny bits. But she can't take care of the 4 ski troopers, slalom troopers, exercise bikers. I don't know what the hell you want to call them, but she's shooting her pistol at them. But the thing is, apparently, if the leak is true, and again, I don't know if the leak is true, but I suspect from what I've heard, it's something along these lines, that when Palpatine kills Kylo Ren, only then does the amazing Wonder Ray get mad. And when she gets mad, she has limitless power, which is, of course, a Sith attribute, not a Jedi attribute, but they're going to go ahead and just kind of breeze over that and let Rey destroy the Empire fleet with her lightning rage and disintegrate Palpatine. If that's not worse than Holdo, folks, I don't know what is. I think that's worse than Holdo, I got to say. In my opinion. So Jaeger Bomb, that's the best answer I can give you. Although also having this savage girl with bow and arrows leading the Space Horsey charge on the Star Destroyer with Rose, that's probably worse than Holdo. So I don't know. It just seems so fucking bad. I don't know what to tell you. Sci-Fi George with a $10 super chat. Hail Sci-Fi George, who says, silly Doomcock, they fly now? Refers to my little space ponies, not the Keystone Cops of the First Order. Congrats on 100,000 subscribers. Live long and sci-fi. Thank you, Sci-Fi George. So they fly now refers to the little space ponies who are flying. It's like, look, I'm flying. Oh, Wilbur. Oh my God. In a world where a trailer has space ponies galloping on the outside of a starship, anything is possible and everything sucks. Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, coming to theaters near you, but catch it fast because it'll be leaving theaters near you soon. That's kind of the upside of having messed up cold stuff in your throat, is it thickens up your vocal cords, and then you can do like movie announcer stuff. In a world where Jar Jar Abrams is writing and directing every franchise into the grave, beware the coming disaster, the return of the living dead franchises. Yes, Star Wars is back, but is it whole? Is it sane, or is it undead? Luke Skywalker on the screen, sucking off a manatee, throwing his lightsaber away. The undead Luke Skywalker returns to theaters in The Last Jedi. Just kind of like a cool way. In a world, I can just go ahead now because my my throat is so messed up that I can go ahead and do that. Normally I can't. It just doesn't really work. Anyway, in a world where Star Wars doesn't suck, Bionic Belly Button makes Attack of the Clones look like Citizen Kane, opines Michael Myers. Love it, says Psycho Dwarf 9, probably with a great deal of irony. Cheers to the zombie Star Wars, says Red Monarch. And this will lead to Darth Poop Snake, says Alondro77. Justin Miller opines JJ should do an A-Team remake. I think everything he does is an A-Team remake. Oh, in a world where they can fly now. Look out for Stormtrooper poop. Trooper in the sky, why'd you do that in my eye? I'm a big boy, I won't cry. Aren't you glad banthas can't fly? Hey-o! Yes, the Space Horse Cavalry is led by a savage girl, a ripoff of Avatar. You are quite correct, Robert Frey. You are quite correct. Oh, man. I'm having fun. Not too much health. Oh, but we're having so much fun. A stunning tour de force from the anus of Jar Jar Abrams. Oh my God, yes. Thank you, Sci-Fi George. Solar Chaos with a $5 super chat. Hail, Solar Chaos, who says, sing on, my lord, and I'm looking forward to seeing episode 9 crash and burn. No more than I, my friend. No more than I. Marlon Sebo with a $2 super chat. Hail, Marlon, who says, encore. Well, let's see. How about a little encore? Let's do something short. What's a good little short thing? Oh yeah, how about this goodie, this oldie but goodie? Oh, you beautiful doll, you great big beautiful doll. Let me put my arms about you. I could never live without you. Oh, you beautiful doll, you great big beautiful doll. If you ever leave me, how my heart would ache. I wanna hug you, but I fear you'd break. Oh, 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 you beautiful doll. Everybody, oh, you beautiful doll, you great big beautiful doll. Let me put my arms about you. I could never live without you. Oh, you beautiful doll, you great big beautiful doll. If you ever leave me, how my heart would ache. I want to hug you, but I fear you'd break. Oh, 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 you beautiful doll. Oh, you beautiful chat. Thank you guys for being here on this fabulous Friday Night Frolics. And thank you, Marlon Sebo, for calling for an encore. The Unrepentant with a $2 super chat who says, jolly good show. Well, thank you, the Unrepentant. I appreciate you saying jolly good show. And I want to thank you all for being here on Friday Night Frolics, supporting me, keeping the upper end supporting the British end, keeping it from dipping. Love you all. God bless you. And God save the Queen. Hail to the Unrepentant. James Salvatore with 20 DKKs. I would say Danish Kathleen Kennedys. 20 Danish Kathleen Kennedys. Thank you, James Salvatore, who says, I would buy that. Your singing is legendary. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Red Monarch says, cheers to that amazing voice. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it very, very much. Gordon Davis says, based on quantum mechanics, Harvey got some of his particles through the containment chamber and poisoned Doomcock. Is that right, Harvey?
Yeah, could be.
Well, cut it out, damn it. Thank you, Petros. I appreciate that, sir. I hope you guys are having a lot of fun, and I want to thank Mary Ashmead for her excellent service here tonight. If you would, please, Mary, give an M in the chat to just say hail to Mary Ashmead and to thank her very much for all she's doing for us today. And we've got 708 folks listening tonight onto the They Fly Now edition of Friday Night Frolics. I want to welcome you all. Thank you all for being here tonight. I hope you guys are having a good time. I sure am, even though I feel kind of crappy. James Salvatore, thank you, my friend, for the 20 Danish Kathleen Kennedys. Dustin Rogers, one of my Xanadu mirrors with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Dustin. Says, hail Doomcock, just happy you're here. I'm interdosing my fiancée to your show. She loved your song. Fiancée, huh? Says that like your cat or your dog interdosing. So I guess you're medicating your Bajerigar, perhaps. I don't know who or what your fiancé is. My fiancé, na 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 na. But I thank you, Dustin Rogers. Fixie Clary says, not to mention jumping in the air for the sole purpose of being blown up. Yeah, why the hell can't she go ahead and just swat them out of the sky? I don't understand it. It makes no damn sense. Basil, the pumpkin seagull is here. Says, bitches, the seagull is landed. Hail to thee, Basil. I also want to send a shout out to Fixie Clary, to Spike in Madness, J Solano 405, and of course, Andrew Sheehan again. Thank you for being here, you guys. And we've got guitar musician who is spamming us. So I'm going to go ahead and pop in some extra wrench help here. Want to try and grab Bionic Belly Button if she is around. I'm looking for her, but where is she? Ah, here she is. So here we are. I'll go ahead and add her as a moderator and go ahead and swat some of this this stuff. I think we're turning Japanese. I maybe think so. Although that's actually probably Chinese. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't speak any of it. Anyway, thank you, the Imperial Inquisitor, for being here and joining the channel membership. Very, very much appreciated. I am also going to deputize Josh and Rebecca Amamini to help out as well. And we'll see if we can't swat those. We just play whack-a-mole. Y'all can play whack-a-mole and have a little bit of fun. Wacka, wacka, wacka. Exactly, Blower. Exactly. Mitchie, 9,000. No, sir. I have not missed your donation, my friend. I am getting to it. I'm going to get to all these right now. Thank you for your patience, though, man. I do appreciate it. Let's see. The Unrepentant with a $5 super chat say, They Fly Now was from Tremors 2. Oh my God. So it's not even originally bad that Jar Jar Abrams went ahead and ripped it off. That's sad. That's really sad. Jar Jar never meant any pop culture he didn't like to lift. Thank you, the Unrepentant. Appreciate that. Tremors 2. They Fly Now. That's kind of sad. Drury Nitpicker with a $4.99 super chat. Hail, Drury Nitpicker, who says, you're not sick. You're just allergic to SJW BS. Hail, Doomcock. I'm so proud of you, brother. Keep on fighting and staying angry. Get healthy, my lord. I'm trying, brother. I'm trying. I'm staying on it, and I'm going to go ahead and keep at it. And you guys are making me feel better. Just beaming all this love and health and concern at me, and also just cheering me up with your goofy, amazing observations. The best damn chat on YouTube, folks. The best damn chat on YouTube. Thank you all so very, very much. I want to swap one. I'm going to swap one. There we go. That was fun. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Manny Bothans. Oh my God. Manny Bothans is here. Who died to bring the information to us. Manny Bothans. I love that name. Manny Bothans with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Manny. Says, I can't believe my death led to this series. I should never have took that mission. I know it, Manny. Manny, you could have been a contender, Manny. You could have been somebody. You didn't have to go out there and you had to steal those plans. I could have set you up in a casino. You were a made man. You could have been big. You could have been big in Jersey, I'm telling you. But instead, you had to go and you had to steal those plans. And what did it get you? You got offed. You got whacked. Whacked by the Empire. I can't believe it. What a crazy, crazy thing for you to do, Manny. Manny Bothan. I can't believe it. Manny Bothans. Manny two nuts Bothans. It was just a terrible, terrible loss. Hail, Manny Bothans. And I agree, you shouldn't have taken the mission. But thank you for doing that. You gave us some wonderful entertainment. Larry Tinsley with a $5 super chat. Hail, Larry. Says Harvey could eat alphabet soup and shat a better script. Then Roos of Skywalker.
And I have many times. Many times. I got to remember to do it on typewriter paper someday and then actually put it in an envelope and send it off to Hollywood. Who knows? Maybe they'll use my idea.
Yeah. I imagine you want a lot of money for it.
No. I just hope that they just use it without paying me a dime.
Wow. Why?
So I can sue them later.
You're thinking like a lawyer, dude. You're thinking like a lawyer now. Hail Larry Tinsley, and thank you for that. Harvey could eat alphabet soup and chat a better script. Then Rise of Skywalker. Well said, Larry Tinsley. Thank you, my friend. Donald Weatherwax with a $20 super chat. Hail, Donald Weatherwax. Thank you for that, sir. Very generous of you. He says, really been enjoying your work as the Bud Light Bud Knight. I wish they hadn't redesigned your mighty helm, but I get it. It's a period campaign, yo. Yes, Donald Weatherwax has outed me. Indeed, I am the Bud Light Bud Knight. And the sad thing is I drink Miller Lite. So don't let Bud know that I drink Miller Lite, because then unfortunately, they'd fire me. And I need that sweet Bud Light commercial money. So there you go. Agent Pepsi 1 says, please ask Harvey how I can become one of Harvey's harlots. Harvey?
Well, first of all, see, I proposed the name Harvey's Harlots the other day, and Doomcock said, well, that's insulting to women. And I was like, well, I guess I'm not really, like, I'm not Roger, right? I'm not Webster. I'm not up on all the nuances of your little monkey speak language, you primitive hairless apes. It just seemed like, alliteration, right? Harvey's Harlots, it seemed to go. Doomcock's Darlings, right? But he said, oh, nobody's going to go for that, Harvey. It's insulting to women. And yet there's a lot of women who are kind of wanting Harvey Harlots membership. So I don't know. Maybe it's time to also put a Harvey's Harlots t-shirt in the store.
Oh, God.
Of course, all the revenue would go to Harvey Cthulhu, a.k.a. me.
Well,
and I think I'm going to start a Patreon.
Oh, God. No, you're not, dude.
I think I am.
Nobody join.
I think everyone would join.
I think you're crazy.
I think more people would join than you.
I think you are high, dude. For what? For what, dude?
I'm just saying, dude. I've got a feeling. But Agent Pepsi 1, consider yourself a Harvey Harlot. And I'm going to go ahead and put a Harvey Harlot t-shirt in the dadgum t-shirt store on Doomcock Store. And he's just going to have to eat it. That it will be more popular than his. Harvey's Honeys. That's pretty good, Lady Gravemaster, too. And Porgy the Other Meat. Dixon Cider says, Harvey, did Doomcock give you your gift yet? What? Where's my gift?
Oh, shoot. I will give that to you, Harvey. I'll give that to you soon.
You better, dude. You better not be.
No, I'm not taking it. I'm not keeping it. Thank you, Donald Weatherwax. Lady Gravemaster with a $20 super chat. Hail, Lady Gravemaster, who says, sorry, I'm late, my lord. I have successfully recruited 3 people to enjoy my watch party of the original trilogy instead of Rise of Skywalker opening night. I know it isn't much in regards to what Rise of Skywalker will take in, but it'll be fun, unlike Rise of Skywalker. Well, bravo. Listen, folks, listen to me. Hear me now, believe me later. If all of you guys out there did like Lady Gravemaster is doing here, and by the way, Lady Gravemaster, thank you, my dear Legionnaire, my dear Xanadumir. If Lady Gravemaster can get 3 people to come over and watch the original trilogy at her place, if you did the same, if every one of you got 3 of your friends or more to do a watch party of the original trilogy instead of Rise of Skywalker, think of what a statement that would make to Disney. I think we should make this a thing. I really do. I think we need to come up with a hashtag. I think we need to make this happen. I think we need to make this trend on Twitter. On opening night, having a original trilogy screening party for real Star Wars. I think that would send ripples through the world. I think that would absolutely be stunning, folks. I think we need to do that. Lady Gravemaster, that is an outstanding idea. Let's do it. B Chick says, awesome movement idea. Peter Colabucci says, I would definitely do this. Damien, do on a live stream. Maybe so. But we need to have it stretched out across the country. I think that's absolutely fantastic. What a thing. If we start having like tens of thousands of people saying that they're going to do that, that would be awesome. Let's think about that. Hero Reaper says, I have to see episode 9 for a review. F me. I know. I have to too. I understand that. Illuvantir says the return of the Jedi. That would be good. Hashtag attack of the fans. Hashtag attack of the fans. I love that. I think that's great. Hashtag old school SW watch party 2019. That is awesome. Hashtag F the mouse, says Psycho Dwarf 9. Jaybird Third says hashtag originals instead. Holy shit, let's do this. Let's do this. I love this, Lady Gravemaster. I absolutely love it. Bravo. Bravo. Damn, let's do this. Let's do this. All right. Rebellion Watch Party, says the Comics Bear. I think that's great. Kneel before Zod, says Metatron. Well, that just goes without saying. Rise of the fan base. Hashtag Fandom Menace strikes back. Hashtag Revenge of the fans. We'll come up with something. And I'm going to start that out. I'm going to kick that out there. And we will get that on Twitter and start that spreading. I think that is so effing great. Star Wars, a new rewatch. Hashtag a new hope. This is great ideas. Hashtag attack of the fans. Hashtag fandom menace. I love it. The real Star Wars. Hashtag the real Star Wars. What do you guys think of that? Hashtag, let me see if I can put this in. The real Star Wars watch party. Hashtag the real Star Wars watch party. What do you guys think of that? I think that's pretty good. The real Star Wars watch party. Hashtag the real Star Wars watch party. Hashtag watch the real films. Let's hashtag the real Star Wars watch party. I love it. I'm going to tweet that out right this minute. I'm going to tweet this out right this minute. Hold on just a sec. How about on December 20th, instead of watching I'll just say it, Rise of Skywalker, because we want this to spread. We have watch parties. Sorry, it takes me a while to type this on the phone. We have watch parties of the original. It's hard to type under pressure. Star Wars trilogy at home. Let's make this happen. Hashtag the real Star Wars watch party. All right. Ah, come on. And I'm missing a C. This is cool. This is something that could actually happen. Let's make this trend, shall we? All right, so here's the tweet. How about on December 20th, instead of watching Rise of Skywalker, we have watch parties of the original Star Wars trilogy at home. Let's make this happen. Let's remind the world what real Star Wars is. I think this is great. Thank you, Lady Gravemaster. And then I'll go ahead and pop in my graphic of Rise of Doomcock there as well, just for laughs, because these tweets generally get noticed better when there's some kind of graphic attached. All right. Well, let's see what happens. All right, there we go. And I want to give Lady Gravemaster credit for that as well. She did a fantastic job. That is awesome, Lady Gravemaster. Everybody, Lady Gravemaster. Yes, I should do a video about this, and I will. I absolutely will. But wow, a movement has been born this evening, and it's getting retweeted and spread already. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Lady Gravemaster, hail to you, and thank you so very, very much for that. Lady Gravemaster also with a $20 super chat. Hail, Lady Gravemaster, says, do you think the Lost Script is a preemptive cover to bump back release? I.e., since it was compromised and we care about the fans, we're going to rework some elements to give fans surprises they will love and deserve. Lady Gravemaster is amazing. A deep thinker, Lady Gravemaster is, and now a trendsetter as well. Hail, Lady Gravemaster. Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's quite possible. I think it makes a certain amount of sense, and I can see that. Thank you very much, Lady Gravemaster. I appreciate all your good work tonight. Yeah. Hey, we lost the script. Too many leaks got out there because of John Boyega. So the reshoots were entirely to keep it fresh for you guys. I think that's absolutely hilarious. Hail, Lady Gravemaster, and thank you for both of those $20 super chats. You are so awesome. June Wong with a $2 Australian super chat. Hail, June, says, parody idea, fry into the bacon zone for new Top Gun. Fry into the bacon zone. Yeah, June Wong, I like the way you think. I think that's very cool. Hail, June Wong, fry into the bacon zone. We have ceased to be a chat here. We have ceased to be a live stream. What we are now is a think tank. We are a think tank. And I also love this hashtag from Josh and Rebecca Momini that could also accompany these posts. I think this is absolutely fabulous. Check it out. Hashtag execute order 1977. That is also a fantastic hashtag. Execute order 1977. Star Wars original trilogy watch parties around the world. Can we make this happen? Can this happen? I don't know. But boy, I think we planted a seed of something here that is absolutely a great idea. Hail, Lady Gravemaster. Hail, Josh and Rebecca Amamani. And hail to whoever it was that came up with hashtag the real Star Wars watch party. Absolutely fantastic. Both of those are great. Let's use them. Let's use them both. In fact, I'm going to reply to my own tweet just to pop that in there. And I'm going to put on there hashtag Execute order 1977. Hail Josh Momini and Lady Gravemaster. Just want to put you guys in there. You guys are awesome. This is fantastic. What an idea. Holy smokes, this is fucking fantastic. All right. Well, let us continue on. Daphne Zawadi F with a $2 Canadian super chat. Thank you, Daphne. Daphne says, yay, 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 became a Legionnaire today. Oh my God, Daphne. Daphne, that is so awesome. Welcome to Xanadu. That is absolutely fantastic. Hail Daphne Zawadi F and welcome. I cannot wait to talk with you in one of our Discords. Thank you, Daphne. Daniel with a $2 super chat. Hail Daniel. He says all that Rise of Skywalker trailer needs is a boing sound. Yeah, I know. Impetuously insane. I know. I need some Vicks Vapor Rub. Yeah, I do sound bad. I will sign off soon. I will sign off here in like the next 30 minutes, but I want to get through these super chats. I don't want to leave you guys hanging. And I have had a blast. I almost didn't make it here tonight. I almost didn't make it. Honestly, I felt so bad today. I've got a horrible headache. But you guys buoy me up. You know, you lift me up where I belong, to quote another great song. The Rise of Skywalker trailer needs a boing sound. Exactly. When they spring up there, boing, there should be a big spring. Hey, will someone good with CGI go ahead and pop in a giant spring? That would be awesome. If somebody could go ahead and take that footage and pop a giant spring in there, boing. That would be so funny. God, that would go viral, folks. That would go viral. And if you just slipped in a little Hail Doomcock somewhere in there too, that would be awesome. Boing! God damn, that would be funny. Just a big old spring. God, I love that idea. Stellar Heather with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Stellar One, who says, I'm so sorry you have the Horking contagion, TM. Thank you for being here tonight. Rest this weekend with movies and pizza. Pizza cures all. Much love, XO. Thank you, Stellar Heather. I think maybe I will get some. I don't have any Vicks Vapor Rub. I need to go to the store and get that. Tetrafish 21, we're the wind beneath Doomcock's wings. You certainly are. God, you guys are. Impetuously Insane says, in the words of Beavis, boing. Yeah, boing. Yeah. Thank you, Stellar Heather, very, very much. I'll get some of that. And movies and pizza. Oh, God, that sounds good. I think I'll have that this weekend. Michelle P with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Michelle P. Says, hail Doomcock, hail mods in chat. Bottoms up. Thank you, Michelle P, so much. And I hope you're having a lovely, lovely weekend. I hope this has gotten it off to a good kickoff here. And I want to thank Loquacious Primate, who says, hope you feel better, my liege. Thank you so much. Mr. Wonderful says, Doomcock has the Andromeda strain. I hope not. It turns your blood to powder, which would really suck. Take a shot of wild turkey. You'll get better, says R. Joseph. That's what I really ought to do. That's what I really ought to do. Jay Balicki 101. Jay Balicki, I'm sorry, 101 says, ET reunion reaction. All I saw was the commercial, and I immediately got, emotional, just because I get emotional whenever I see ET. That movie gets to me. That movie touches my heart so much I can't even tell you. ET is one of the best things I've ever seen. I adore that thing, and it chokes me up. So I had an emotional response. I haven't gone to watch the actual full thing on wherever it is, but I will. And Michael S., thank you so much for offering me the tea, the little sticker there. Very sweet of you, Michael. Thank you so much, sir. Very much appreciate that. Dreary Nitpicker with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Dreary One. Says, what bothers me besides everything else in Star Wars is the tasteless attempt at comedy. This isn't Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, maybe it is now. No, it's not. You're right, Dreary Nitpicker, because Guardians of the Galaxy was genuinely funny. And this is not. This is not. This is not funny at all. They fly now. They fly now. They fly now. You just suck so damn bad. Sucks so damn bad. Blower says ET gets to me too. Used to choke up too. Been a long time since I watched it. I know, me too. I don't watch it because it chokes me up. Dude, I'm not ashamed to say I get choked up in the first scene. Like when they're in the woods and there's that beautiful John Williams score. And it just gets to me. I have so much emotion for ET. I love that movie. And it just gets me. Agent Pepsi 1 says, my family has a large ranch here in Texas, a good place to have a barbecue and hopefully meet Doomcock. I would love that if you guys had a big barbecue, just go out and just kind of have a meet and greet or something. Oh, Bionic Belly Button says 666 watching. Hulk smash that like. Thank you, Bionic Belly Button. So yeah, I agree, Dreary Nitpicker. It's not at all Guardians of the Galaxy. It's not even close. Guardians of the Galaxy was very funny. I love Guardians of the Galaxy sincerely and deeply. Tracy Wilborn with a $2 super chat. Thank you. Tracy says it's not the Womandalorian, it's the Mamdalorian. Oh, so I was being disrespectful. The Mamdalorian. Very good, Tracy Wilborn. I will amend that in my lexicon, and I will go ahead and get that. B Chick says, dare I say the ET commercial for Xfinity is better than Rise of Skywalker? Yeah, I absolutely have no doubt whatsoever. I'm going to enjoy watching that. I'm going to go and check it out. I want to say thank you again to Brian Yoder for the $100 super chat. Hail, Brian Yoder, sir. God bless you. Thank you for that generosity. And Brian says, is it time to pressure our lawmakers to change copyright duration to something more reasonable? 30 years. Time for the author to earn from their work, short enough that it can enter the social consciousness before it vanishes. Please don't answer now. Think on it. Brian, I don't mind answering now because I could not agree more. I could not agree more. It used to be in the olden days, Brian, that the government cared about civics. The government cared about the good of the body politic. And that is the reason why it is important to have public domain. It is vital because I think in their way, although I don't think they ever phrased it like this, I think that the legislators of that time acknowledged that these things enter the cultural conversation and are important parts of our culture. And in a sense, after a while, they rightfully belong to the public, not to profit by, but to be able to freely share. You know, that is how lore gets transmitted in primitive societies, is part of the oral tradition, where basically, you know, father hands the tradition down to a son who hands it down to their sons and daughters and their mothers and daughters after them. And you've got to be able to speak about these things freely. These songs that have been the soundtrack of our lives, we should have the right to sing them. We should be able to sing them in public and share them. Songs are meant to be sung. And all of these stories, these noble tales of the man from Krypton, of the young boy who lost his parents in a mugging and went on to become a dark avenger of the night, fighting crime in Gotham, Star Wars, Star Trek, these stories are not just little diversions. They're part of the fabric of our lives. And when you have, Brian, when you have a copyright law that says in your lifetime, you can't talk about this stuff, boyo, you're basically denying us access to parts of ourselves. So I agree with you entirely, Brian Yoder. It is to the vital public interest. It is to the interest of our civilization itself that these dreams that have become inextricable parts of our lives are available to us to share. So I could not agree more with you, sir. I didn't have to take any time to think about it, Brian. I agree with you entirely. That is an excellent point, and I thank you for that. I agree. 30 years is plenty of time. If I have 30 years of profit off of an idea that's so great it becomes part of legend, I'm not going to complain at all. I'm not going to complain at all. And then Cole says no copyright means nothing is canon. Well, we're not talking about no copyright. We're saying that there should be a lapse of about 30 years and then things should enter the public domain. I think that's fair. And I think it's important. And I mean, at that point, what is canon will be kept by the public, which is really where it belongs. You know, then if somebody comes out with some shit like The Last Jedi and, you know, the public rejects it, then it's no longer canon. I mean, it's that simple. It would never have gotten that bad if the copyright law wasn't the way it is. That is what I think. You're welcome, Brian. Thank you very much for that super chat. That was very generous of you, sir. Trooper Bear FN 2525 with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Trooper Bear. It says, may the space tyrant villainy continue. Hail. Hail, Trooper Bear. Thank you, my friend. I will persevere if I can just stay alive. Orville Nation, hello. I'm sorry you couldn't join us tonight, but I'm going to wrap this up here soon. But I tell you what, next week, brother, if you are available, I would love to have you on next week. Thank you, Orville Nation. Daniel with a $5 super chat. Thank you. Daniel says, 4th episode of Mandalorian was back to meh. Village of Hercules, legendary journey rejects, even with a visit from Xena to train the yokel men how to fight. Oh boy, we're on the train to Woketown. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Daniel, for pointing out to me exactly why my spidey sense was tingling and why I have not really been keeping up with The Mandalorian, even though it's kind of laying down on the job and it's kind of overlord malpractice because I'm not actually doing my job in a sense, but I'll catch up. I'll do like a review of 2, 3, and 4 all at once and just drop it like a turd in the toilet, and and people will be mad at me. I mean, people, they don't agree with me. They got angry, that I was, negative and stuff. It's just, I have standards and I don't get hypnotized. And it's just very hard when the rest of the world has a tendency towards hypnosis, and I never get hypnotized. I view every single property with a cold, fair, objective eye, and I call them like I see them. And sometimes it rains on people's parades, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to do that, but it's just what happens. Thank you, Daniel, very much for that. Red Lions Music, my Legionnaire Red with a $10 Australian. Sorry. Red Lions, thank you for that. He says, dropping in to say hail. Thank you, Red Lion. I appreciate that, my friend. Hail Red Lions Music. God bless you. And thank you for being here, brother. One of my Legionnaires, another one of them. Speaking of which, echoes of the ancients with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Echoes of the Ancients, who says, hail Lord Doomcock in this wonderful chat. Have a fantastic weekend. Absolutely, Echoes of the Ancients. Thank you so very, very much. Now, I hope you do as well. I will be resting and huddling up under a blanket most of the weekend, but I think that kind of sounds like paradise at this point. James Knight with a $12 super chat. Thank you, James Knight, very much. Who says, hail Doomcock, and I say, hail James. Thank you so very, very much, James. Appreciate you, my friend. Scott Hunt, that's very generous of you, James, by the way. Thank you, sir. Scott Hudson, one of my new channel members with a $2 super chat. Hail Scott, who says, the mustard's off the hot dog. Says, Chick Hearn on the Rise of Skywalker. Really? Who's this Chick Hearn? I love that. The mustard's off the hot dog. Now, by God, I love it. I think that's a great. Oh, that's funny. Hail Scott Hudson and hail Chick Hearn, whoever Chick Hearn is. Chick Hearn, Chick Hearn, Chick Hearn, Chick Hearn, Chick Hearn. Yeah, Iffy350 says, don't apologize for raining on people's parades. People need to look around and observe what is going on in our culture. I agree. It's just, I did say with The Mandalorian, I don't hate it. It's just, It's just, I don't hate it. I certainly don't, give anyone crap for liking it. I just think objectively, it's nothing we haven't seen before. And I was not engaged. I was kind of bored. And it was a string of cliches that I've seen in a lot of different Westerns. And I think when you do a variation on a cliche, an updating on a cliche, like breaking the Bronco, like you walk into the bar and there's some bullies bullying a guy, and then they pick on the wrong guy and he shows how badass he is by beating up on him. I mean, you've just seen this 50 million times, and it's incumbent on you if you're playing into these tropes to go ahead and come up with something new on them, because otherwise it's just boring. It's just boring. M Nimbus 05 says, the bandwagon for Mandalorian shocked me after all the years of Disney disrespect. It's like Baby Yoda erased everyone's memory. Big eyes and floppy ears have ridiculous power. I agree. And I still say, boycott it. You're being played, folks. You're being played. All right. Lady Gravemaster with a $2 super chat. Thank you, my dear. It says, shot of warm whiskey, grandma's secret recipe. Maybe I'll go ahead and take a shot of that as soon as I wrap up here. Thank you, Lady Gravemaster, so much. I haven't had a drink all day. I'm trying to heal. Stupid Monkey O with a $2 super chat. Thank you. Oh, Stupid Monkey O says there's a suspicious amount of members in here. I know. We have so many channel members, and I'm absolutely thrilled. To all of my channel members, I just want to say there, I popped in a couple of my own emojis there in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are absolutely the best. And we started a trend tonight, a hashtag. I hope it takes off. I hope it takes wing. P. Byers with a $5 super chat. Hail, P. Byers say, did you notice Vader in Rogue One had a sway like Beyonce? No, I didn't. I have to confess. No, I did not. I did not see that. But thank you, P. Byers. I don't think there was anything wrong with Vader in Rogue One. I think he was great. Thank you, D. Pensack. Thank you so much, my friend. Metatron, thank you so much. I appreciate the well wishes, you guys. I really do. And N, thank you so much. I agree. Yeah, I don't hate it. It's just not that great, N. Absolutely. What I really liked about Vader in Rogue One, I have to say, was the red eyepieces in Vader's helmet, because actually, for a long time, they were going to have Vader have the red eyepieces, and in some pictures he does. On his helmet. So, and in fact, I have here sitting on my desk one of the very first pieces of merchandised Star Wars material that was released, which is a ceramic Darth Vader head that has red eyes painted on it, and also a red grill on his mouth. This is a very, very early piece. I've never seen another one. I don't know what it's worth or anything, but I like that. I really like that they had that level of detail and love for Vader lore. I think that's super cool. Tetsuron with a €2 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Says, in the A New Hope remake, the sons will be non-binary. They may not even identify as sons. And if if you dispute that, well, you're a fascist and a racist and a toxic troll. Thank you, Tetzeron. Very funny. Draco Argentus. Yes, Draco Argentus. Thank you. Welcome to the channel membership. Draco Argentus. You're the one that I saw scrolling by and couldn't catch up with. Thank you, Draco Argentus, for joining the channel. And thank you for this $2 super chat. And Draco Argentus says there will be no peace as long as Ryan directs. Well, that absolutely, that goes without saying. If Ruin Johnson ever sets foot in the Star Wars universe again, there will be riots in the street. There will be riots in the street. No question about it. Thank you, Draco Argentus, my new channel member. Algomu2 with a $6.99 Canadian super chat. Thank you, Algomu2. Says deep fakes are a thing. I think it is possible to put the long dead in new movies. I know they're putting James Dean in a new movie, by the way. They're resurrecting James Dean in a new movie. I read that in Entertainment Weekly. So hang on. Raiders of the Lost Talent are coming to Hollywood, and I think it's going to be absolutely disgraceful. Draco Argentus with a pair of $2 super chats. Thank you, Draco Argentus, very, very much. And Draco, thank you, sir. I see you're still here. Welcome and thank you. He says, no peace as long as KK mismanages. No peace without apology in Disney Star Wars decanonization. Hail Draco Argentus. I ratify and agree with both of those points, sir. Both of those points. Andrew Sheehan with a €5 super chat. My Legionnaire, Andrew Sheehan, says Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, inclusive fun shows turned into woke varnish without respect. We reject. Amen, Andrew Sheehan, my Legionnaire, my friend. Thank you, Andrew. I agree entirely. Inclusive fun shows turned into woke varnish, woke propaganda, woke assaults on our culture. Without respect, we reject. Amen, Andrew. Amen. Yeah, I know. I need to stop. I will do the rest of these in a super chat square up, but I've just got a few more I want to get to, and then I'm going to sign off because I know my voice is getting a little rougher. But I want to say thank you guys for being here tonight. Mexican Iron Man with a $9.99 super chat. Hail Mexican Iron Man. Mexican Iron Man says, this is my super favorite group cast on YouTube. Mexican Iron Man endorses and encourages everyone in the stream to check them out. They are fun, informative, hilarious, and intelligent. Thank you, Mexican Iron Man. I agree. Of course, they are my Legionnaires, so I'm biased, but I'm glad that you feel the same way, Mexican Iron Man. Jay Bird III with a $20 super chat. Hail, Legionnaire Jay Bird III, who says the philosophy behind the woke wave has been corroding the culture since at least the 1980s, and it will take years more to reverse the damage. I believe the current generation in Hollywood will have to be phased out first. I think that they are anchored in, they're entrenched like cancer in the body of Hollywood, and I don't know what it's going to take to remove them, but I certainly hope that it can be done in the next few years. I think once the profits start going down the toilet, we will make it happen, Jay Bird III. We will make it happen. Thank you, brother, for that very generous super chat. I think it's turning. I think it'll be. I think in the next 7 years we're going to have the shift be complete. That's my prediction. Maybe sooner. Maybe sooner. Lady Gravemaster with a $2 super chat. Again, Lady Gravemaster, you are too kind, who says Moon River. That's not public domain. I can't do Moon River. Lady Gravemaster, I'm sorry, I can't. Kilroy was here with a $5 super chat. Hail Kilroy. He says, for anyone who wants to watch the previously mentioned Common Man Cast episode, it's called Trek Trailer Teardowns and Intoxication. Trek Trailer Teardowns and Intoxication on the Common Man Cast. Check it out. Sounds like fun. Tracy Wilborn with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Tracy. Says, God rest you, merry gentlemen, please. I think that is public domain. Now, it's kind of early for Christmas, don't you think? But then again, yeah, maybe not. Yes, I can do that real quick, but I'll do more. I'll do the whole song as we get closer to Christmas, but what the hell? Why not? God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay, for Jesus Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we had gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. That'll be fun. We'll be able to do a whole bunch of public domain songs like that come Christmas, and beautiful song. Beautiful song. Thank you for asking for that. I appreciate that. Mitchie 9000. See, I didn't forget Mitchie with a $4.99 super chat. Hail Mitchie 9000, who says, Hail Doomcock, your infiltration droid. It's hard behind enemy lines. Family who praise the new Star Wars and honestly think Captain Marvel is wonderful. Oh my God, Mitchie 9000. We've got to send love and support to Mitchie 9000. Our brother is behind the SJW battle lines, and it's very important that we support him. Do not fold, Mitchie 9000. Do not cave in. Do not succumb, brother. We have you. Hail to my infiltration droid, Mitchie 9000, and God bless you for fighting the good fight against these SJW hordes. Basil, the Pumpin' Seagull, with two $5 Canadian super chats in a row. And Basil says, my liege, you've asked me how I fly with my massive pythons. It's easy. I do push-ups, and each push-up launches me 20 miles to my destination. Basil the Pumpin' Seagull. So basically, you're like the Hulk that he didn't, can't fly, but he just jumps from place to place and essentially is flying through the air. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. Hail Basil the Pumpin' Seagull, who also says, Jar Jar knows the last beating from the Pumpin' Seagull. He saw me fly toward him with my arms in a punch-and pose. He screamed, my God, they fly now. Yes, Basil the Pumpin' Seagull. Yes, indeed. Hail Basil the Pumpin' Seagull. I have seen in the chat, the question, is America the Beautiful in the public domain? I think that it is. And I'm getting close to wrapping up here, Mary. Don't worry. America the Beautiful. Yes. Well, let's go ahead and give you America the Beautiful. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. America the Beautiful. And I would sing more of it, but I'm a little bit right now. Static, welcome to the channel membership, my friend. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate that. They fly now. They fly right now. They fly right now. Jar Jar Abrams the fool. He turned Star Wars into a turd like the idiot fool that he is. Marcus Joe Solo, Dixon Cider, hello. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up, folks. Thank you, Basil, for that. Both of those. Sandra Feliciano with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Sandra. Says, please don't overdo it, my overlord. We darlings may have to give you a curfew. Mary and I may have to pull out our mom voices. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for looking out for me. I appreciate it. I'm going to wrap it up here. But thank you so much. Doomcock Dog Soldiers. Psycho Dwarf 9, I love that. Doomcock Dog Soldiers, thank you for that $2 super chat, brother. Appreciate it. General Zod is here. Kneel before Zod with a $5 super chat. Where is this imbecile? Where is he? Show me this Superman. Hail, General Zod. Your general approves of your transmission. Thank you, oh General Zod. You, sir, are awesome. Not as beautiful as Ursa, but you're pretty awesome. Mary Ashmead, with a $5 super chat and a stern reminder from my wrench wench supreme, Mary Ashmead. Thank you, Mary. Says, I'm your nurse and mad scientist, and you promise not to go too long. I'm looking out for your health. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate it very much. Nicholas Horton with a £2 super chat. Thank you. Thank you, Nicholas Horton. Says, hope you get better before Sunday. Me too. I don't want to do the Inquisition for hours and hours, and if I'm still suffering like this. Thank you, Nicholas Horton, brother. I appreciate it. I'll try. Orville Nation, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Brother, we'll have you on next week. I'm sorry you couldn't make it this week, but absolutely have you on next week. Theron Gale, hello, Theron, with a $5 Canadian super chat. Wonderful to see you, Theron Gale, one of my Xanadu mirrors. And Theron says, if none in the public wants it, they can F off. Just tell me to back off again if it's too soon. Not at all, sir. Not at all, Theron Gale. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. And thank you for being here on Friday Night Frolics. Lady Gravemaster, with a $2 super chat, says, belay my moon order requests, sir. Rest your voice. Thank you, Lady Gravemaster. I shall. Zendo Argos with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Zendo Argos. Says, boycott Knives Out to stiff Ruin Johnson. Agreed. I'm not reviewing it. I'm not reviewing it at all. To hell with that movie. I just do not give two shits about Knives Out. You can go shove it right up his round-headed ass. And Bionic Belly Button, with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Bionic Belly Button. Says, please say infiltrate one more time. Laughing my ass off. Infiltrate. I say it. I don't care if it's wrong. Infiltrate. That's what I say. I says it and it's right. And I will sing a little bit of this finally for Bionic Belly Button. Just for her, because she requested it the other day and I couldn't do it because it was at the end of a 8-hour and 45-minute live stream. And I just couldn't do it, but she'd asked me for Man of Constant Sorrow. So I'm just going to give her a little bit of that right now. Just as a square up, because I was sorry that I didn't do it before. So here we go. Harvey, will you join me in this?
I would be delighted.
Okay, here we go. I am a man of constant sorrow. I see trouble all my days. I bid farewell to old Kentucky, the place where I was born and raised.
The place where he was born and raised.
For 6 long years I've been in trouble. No pleasures here on earth I found. For in this world I'm bound to ramble. I have no friends to help me now.
He has no friends to help him now.
It's fare thee well, my old lover. I never expect to see you again. For I am bound to ride Northern Railroad. Perhaps I'll die here on this train. Perhaps he'll die upon this train. Hey, be your friends, think I'm just a stranger. My face you'll never see no more. But there is one promise that is given. I'll meet you on God's golden shore. He'll meet you on God's golden shore. My hair,
My hair, my tentacles, my fez.
my helm. All right, you guys. This was a lot of fun, you guys. Thank you for putting up with me being this horky and coughing into your ear. Not a nice thing to hear on Friday Night Frolics, but nevertheless, I just want to thank you all so very, very much for being here tonight. It was an absolute honor and a blast as always. We are here every Friday Night Frolics. And it's just something that I take very seriously. And there's occasionally times when I have to do a stream either on Thursday night or Saturday night instead. And that may be the case next week. I may actually have to do a stream on Thursday night. But either way, I will be here, and I hope that you guys can join me. Thank you all. And listen, from the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry, but even more importantly than that, have a wonderful weekend. Bless you all, and thank you so, so very much. And check out that hashtag. Let's make it trend, shall we? Good night, you guys.
Good night.
Good night.